afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Life-Changing Public Image virtual seminar. And I now call this seminar, Capture, Design, and Share to order. And I turn over the proceedings to our very beautiful and dynamic past president of the Rotary Club of Mandaue East. Please give a warm welcome to Maria Joanna Victoria Gonzalez. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, District Governor Ana Bumagat. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Welcome to another virtual seminar as we adapt to the new normal. My name is Maria Joanna Victoria Yap Gonzalez. I know it's quite long, so please call me JB. I will be your host for this afternoon's event, Capture, Design, Share, a life-changing public image seminar of Rotary International District 3860. So this afternoon, we will be tackling one of the most important aspects in any organization, and that is public image, or simply branding. A brand that creates an identity for our organization and sets us apart from others. And what makes a great brand is its ability to impact the audience in the most effective manner. But before all formalities, let us all take a moment for our invocation to be followed by our Philippine National Anthem and the Rotary Hymn.
I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in all the lovely things so fine and true. I see you in the beauty of the flowers and the rain. I see you between the lines of a sweet refrain. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you even when I'm lonely and in pain. I see you in the beauty of the stars at night. I see you in my life, I feel alright. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in the smile of a baby, sweet and true. I can see you in the eyes of my very best friends. I see you in these bonds, just like your love that never ends. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every
want to be a Rotarian for the world. Make the Rotary flag as the flag of peace and pearl. I shall serve my community, help achieve universal unity.
Rotary, I shall dedicate my all. World understanding shall be my cherished goal. With the four-way test, I'll pursue line west and find a way help obtain peace in the world. I shall not outlive in vain. I observe service above self and will hand to all who need my hand.
I get my spouse to involve in Rotary, and in Rotary ways I will train my family.
With the four-way test, I'll pursue line west and find a way help obtain peace in the world. I shall not outlive in vain. In her age for tomorrow's youth, strengthened by nothing but the truth. Let's join our hands. There's no reason we'll divide. Shall all understand why the good Lord is our guide. With the four-way test, I'll pursue line west and find a way help obtain peace in the world. I shall not outlive in vain. Peace be achieved, we shall not outlive. In vain.
Now to proceed with our event, allow me to call on District Secretary Caroline Andrade to formally acknowledge the dignitaries and guests this afternoon. And I would also like to request those who are acknowledged to kindly click the thumbs up icon for confirmation. So DS Kaikai.
Thank you, JB. Pleasant afternoon to all of us. Maayong hapon, or I might say, maupay nga kulog haaton nga tanan, as we say it in our Waray dialect. I am honored to be assigned to acknowledge and introduce our dignitaries and guests. From my home city in Tacloban in Leyte, to all the Rotarians from District 3860 and visiting Rotarians from other districts, I start off with our life-changing District Governor, Ana Luisa Bumagat, and spouse, past Assistant Governor Troy Bumagat. Transforming Governor, our immediate past District Governor, Rodel Ricel Reyes. District Governor-elect, Lilo Alinio. District Governor nominee, Roxanne Gamboa. and Polio Now Zone Coordinator and past District Governor Mary Ann Alcordo Solomon. All past district governors in attendance, past President Susan Suday of District 3790, a dear friend of DG Anna and a sister of the district, Chief of Staff Jonathan Che, our district membership chair, Jose Fortunato Chi Uy, District Public Image Chair, Maricel Ngo, District Governor Representative to the Philippine Rotary Magazine, past Assistant Governor Arlene Adlawan, District Polio Coordinator Elaine Sonerpida, District Stewardship Chair Carrie Biatisula, District Information and Technology Officer Jeffrey Tan, life-changing district officers in attendance, past district officers in attendance, life-changing presidents, secretaries, and officers, my fellow Rotarians, Rotaracts, interactors, friends, and family, your presence is hereby acknowledged. Thank you.
Thank you, Diaz Kaikai, for acknowledging our esteemed dignitaries and guests. Next, we have another beautiful district officer, Assistant Public Image Chair for Mindanao, Estela Maribel Vilala, to deliver the welcome remarks. Tita Baby, you're on mute.
My respect to District Governor Ana Luisa Bumagat and spouse, past Assistant Governor Troy Bumagat, immediate past District Governor Rizal Rudel Reyes, District Governor-elect Lilo Alino, District Governor nominee Roxanne Gamboa, and Polio Now Zone Coordinator Mean Solomon, district officers, life-changing presidents and secretaries, fellow Rotarians, friends, and guests. It is with great honor that I welcome you all to our event for today. One of Rotary's strategic goals is to enhance the public image of Rotary and awareness of our service and activities. Creating a positive image for Rotary is vital to Rotary's continued growth and service, and is the responsibility of every Rotarian to create and implement a plan to tell Rotary's story to the public and promote the club's projects and activities. By increasing the public's understanding of Rotary, we are strengthening our ability to make an impact in communities around the world. The new Rotary Public Image Campaign aims to provide simple, consistent answers and rally Rotarians around a single idea of telling our stories and sharing our story to the world, that we Rotarians take action to make lasting change. To expand the public's understanding of what we do, we need to show them the impact we make in our communities. It is for this reason that the District Public Image Team of District 3860 has come up with the theme, Capture, Design, Share. Our speakers this afternoon will share with us their experiences, knowledge, and expertise on photography techniques, how to design and market a story in social media in the new normal. Today, we will also learn how to maximize the use of our mobile phones as cameras, how to use proper lighting, color, angles to take powerful images that would capture an emotion, photos that will feature the people who benefit from the work that we do in our communities. Photos are a medium of information. There are images that deliver information. Our images or photos should tell a genuine visual story. Compelling, impactful, persuasive images are the most important and universal way of telling the world a bigger story. Raising public awareness translates into more support for our projects, building strong links with other community organizations, and increasing interest among potential members. Our speakers will also share with us how to design, market and story, how to promote Rotary through stories, projects, and activities. Using Canva as a graphic design platform, together with the People of Action campaign templates in the Rotary's Brand Center, and sharing our stories using the different social media platform would certainly make a successful campaign. The COVID-19 pandemic has created a huge upsurge in using technology to communicate. We know that using social media and online marketing tools can reach a huge audience in a cost-effective way, and it gives Rotary clubs an opportunity to be seen by many. We can attract many people to Rotary by being smart about how we market ourselves. Sharing stories that show Rotarians as people of action on social media is an easy and effective way to amplify our club's success to the world and build awareness and understanding of what we do. This afternoon session is truly a life-changing public image virtual seminar. With the advances in technology, we will realize that it is easier today than never before to learn how to take photos. We can learn with our phones anywhere and anytime. Maximize the use of our mobile phones as a camera. This is going to be an exciting afternoon of learning. I encourage everyone to stay on until the last speaker, because at the end of the seminar, the District Public Image team is going to reveal something big and exciting. It is our hope that all of us will be able to equip ourselves with knowledge and apply these skills shared to us by our amazing speakers. Without much further ado, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, I present to you Capture, Design, Share. Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Thank you for that warm welcome remarks, Assistant Public Image Chair Baby Villela. Indeed, that was very detailed, and I bet it got everyone very, very excited right now. Are you all excited? Thumbs up if you are. I really hope that everyone is excited as I am. And to keep everyone as active and hyper like our speakers this afternoon, we will be having a very quick trivia. The trivia will be guess the Rotary theme. So they say a picture paints 1,000 words. We are all aware that Rotary International has come up every year with a particular theme. The Rotary theme for that year is like our tagline. And since branding is an essential part of any organization, the tagline, which is the Rotary theme, and the theme logo must coincide with each other. And did you know that the tradition of crafting a theme is credited to 1949-1950 Rotary International President Percy C. Hodgson? So now let's test ourselves and refresh our minds of the past Rotary themes. The Rotary theme, the Rotary year and the theme logo will be shown, and you will have to guess the Rotary theme for that year. So type in your answer in the chat box. So are you ready? Let's start. So first one, we have from Rotary year 1918-2019. Yes, you guessed it right. It's Be the Inspiration. I'm sure everyone got the right answer, right? Yes, okay. So the next one, that's Be the Inspiration. Yeah, so next, from the Rotary year 2015-2016, in 3 seconds. So 3, 2, 1. Yes, you're right. I see the first one who typed in our past district polio chair, Enrique Andres. So that's Be a Gift to the World. So now let's go to the third one. From the Rotary year 2013-2014. This was the year that I was inducted as a Rotarian. Yes, correct. That's Engage Rotary, Change Lives. And let's have another one from Rotary year 2011-2012. Does anyone remember? The Rotary theme a decade ago. In 3, 2, 1. Yes, you're right. That's Reach Within to Embrace Humanity. Okay, there's no humanity there. Okay, so that's Reach Within to Embrace Humanity. And the last one for the first part of our trivia, from Rotary year 2009-2010. So this was from 12 years ago. So can you guess the Rotary theme in 5 seconds? I guess the answers are getting fewer now. So let's see, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, the Rotary theme is The Future of Rotary is in Your Hands. So that ends our quick trivia. So did you get many answers right? I know most of Rotarians are very competitive, and don't we all love trivias, right? So, but a quick favor though, can you type in again the chat box the Rotary theme for 2009-2010? The last one. Can you type that one again? That is the future of Rotary is in your hands. So can I see anyone typing that in the chat box? Okay, because yes, fellow Rotarians, the future of Rotary is in our hands. Thus, we have to not only increase our membership, not only continue our foundation, giving, do meaningful and life-changing projects, but we also have to strengthen our Rotary public image. We have to strengthen our brand. We have to build awareness and establish emotional connections to the community. And what better way to do it in this new millennia with the ever-evolving technologies and the easiest access to information than to share our advocacy through social media. With the different social media platforms that we currently have, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Viber communities now, and even TikTok. Who's doing TikTok here? We can reach millions of audience with just a few clicks, but it has to be done right. So this afternoon, fellow Rotarians, we will be learning social media life hacks. And yes, you heard me right, life hacks. What we will be learning will be applied to our daily, if you're like most, social media posts or stories. I mean, who wouldn't want to achieve the hashtag feed goals, right? And attract more followers. So let's all get excited. Now click the thumbs up again if you want to get started and ready to learn. So our seminar this afternoon is divided, is divided into 3 segments. We have first, Capture the Moment, then followed by Design to Inspire, and lastly, but the most important, Share Your Rotary Story. And to introduce our guest speaker for our first segment, Capture the Moment, through mobile photography, let me call on District Website Administrator, Jeffrey Philip Tan.
Mag-iinom na kami.
Hello,
Hi,
good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, JV. For our first speaker, he is an operations supervisor in Shopping Center Management Corporation, SMCT, Cebu. Currently a photographer content crew for Huawei Global Community and a photography moderator for Huawei Community Philippines. A hobbyist photographer and one of the co-founders and admins of Cebu Mobile Shutterbugs, a community dedicated for mobile photography enthusiasts, which I'm also part of. He has in the past published photos both in local and national papers, such as Sunstar Weekend and Manila Bulletin's Picture Perfect. Some of the awards he has received are as follows. Winner, Huawei Next Image Awards, Philippines 2018, Faces category, winner of National Economic and Development Authority, No One Left Behind, photo contest, a finalist of Smithsonian Magazine's photo contest mobile category for the year 2016, 2017, and 2019. Runner-up, Huawei Next Image Awards 2017 Citizens Witness category. Also a winner of Sinulog's 2017 Mobile Photo Contest Full Color category. and one of the grand winners of the 4th PAGCOR National Photography Competition mobile category. My fellow Rotarians, may I present to you Philip A. Guay.
Hi, maayong hapon sa tanan. So today, we will be tackling mobile photography, basics of mobile photography. But these are some fundamentals of photography that you can apply not only on mobile photography but also when using the SLR or mirrorless camera. So our aim today is for us to better capture through composition on how to arrange our elements in our frame and through our point of view on how to angle our shots before taking the shots. Okay, so let me share my slide. So before we start with the composition and the point of view, let's start with what is photography. So the word photography comes from the two ancient Greek words photo for light and graph for drawing with light. So photography is drawing with light. So how important is light in photography? So scientifically, photography is the art or process of producing images by recording light or electromagnetic radiation. It's either electronically by means of image sensor. That is what we are using today in our digital cameras and DSLR, and by chemically sorry, by chemically by means of light sensitive materials such as photographic film. So before digital, we have photographic film. But for us photographers, photography is really capturing moment and preserving that memory. So as they say, photograph is a pause button of life. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, composition. So what is composition? So it guides the viewer's eyes towards the important elements of the frame or your photo. A good composition can make a masterpiece. So regardless if your background is cluttered or what, or you don't have a very nice background, but if you do make a better composition, it will make your photo more compelling. While a bad composition can ruin a photograph completely. So despite how interesting your subject is. Then a poor composition is not something that you can usually fix. So we usually edit our photos after taking the shot. So when you take a photo with bad composition, it's not really readily fixable after taking the shot. So other than having it a good composition before taking the shot, so you will have a better photo without even editing it or post processing it. That's the importance of composition. So composition is more on really arranging your elements in your frame. So the first type of composition is really the common type of composition. So basically, maybe some of us or most of us are really adapting this one without really knowing that it is really called rule of thirds. So it is applied by aligning a subject with the guidelines and their intersection points. So placing the horizon on the top or bottom line, or allowing linear features in the image to flow from section to section. For example, this one. So as you can see, the image of the Santo Niño was placed in one of the intersection points. Not necessarily that it should be in the intersection point, but at least it will fall in one of the lines. That's rule of thirds. Basic example of that is that when we say to our friends or family members when taking a shot that don't don't stand in the center, move in the left side or righter side. That's actually a rule of thirds. That's the simple application of rule of thirds. Another example. Okay. Then another tip when using a rule of thirds is that your subject should be facing more on the space of your photo, so on the larger space, so that the viewer's eye will still have a space to look into your photo, not go outside directly to your photo. So since our subject is from the right side, so it should be facing on the left side, which has a better space. Okay, so these grid lines actually, you can actually enable this one in your mobile phone. So for most of the phones, it can be accessed through the camera settings. Then you can enable it assistive grid or grid lines or grid. For iPhones, mostly are accessible through settings, then camera, then enable grid. The second one is leading lines. So leading lines refers to a technique of composition where the viewer of your photo's attention is drawn to lines that lead to the main subject. So you will be using lines to lead the viewer's eyes towards your subject. Okay, this one. So your subject is the seaside tower and your fascia boards or your gutters from the front building is what you are using as your leading lines towards the tower. Uh, Maybe you can take a photo of the tower alone, but it became more interesting with the leading lines added to your composition. And when we say leading lines, it's not always a straight line. You can also use curved lines as long as it leads to your viewer's eye. So for in this instance, um, the handrails of the stairs is what is the leading line. So it guides your viewers from the top of the photo, from the top of the stairs towards the bottom of the stairs, and also to your subject, your human element, which is in the red shirt. So it guides through your photo. The next one is framing. So framing can make an image more aesthetically pleasing and keep the viewer's focus on the frame subjects. So it can add depth to an image and can add interest to the picture when the frame is thematically related to the object being framed. So for example, this one, the child has just graduated. So it's common in the province that photographers take photos of every child who graduated in the stage and post them after in a place where families can buy the photos if the child was taken. So basically the frame for this one is the the space that a photo was already been sold, so or bought. So there's a blank space already. So I used the blank space to frame the face of the child. Actually, this photo is entitled graduation pic because if you will crop the photo and just focus on the face of the child, you can actually have a frame or a photo of him, a graduation photo of him already. Okay, then the next example is this one. So the fisherman was framed with the torn the torn part of the net. So thematically, so since he is a fisherman, so the frame I used was a fishing net. So framed through the torn part of the fishing net. Okay. Next is symmetry. So symmetry, where one half it may be top or bottom, left, right, or diagonal split of an image is identical or nearly identical. Not necessarily the same, but at least nearly identical to each other. So for example, this one. So left and right are almost identical, just more on the light since the other one is lighter, then the other one is black. The light was black, so it has shadows and a darker tone. Then this one, the ceiling of a church in Manila. Okay. Then the next one is patterns. So patterns utilizes elements that are repeated. So the repetition of lines, shapes, tones, or colors can create interesting images. Okay. So do watch out for patterns. Okay. So for this one, for Cebu Rotarians, you're familiar with this one. It's a Calix building in IT Park. So the details, the architectural details of the building. Then the next one, this was taken in Bangkok in one of the temple, Emerald Temple, I think, if I can remember it right. So there are repeated patterns of this one. So the tile patterns, the statues, the small statue details are also repeated patterns. So it makes your photo more interesting. Okay. So if we have patterns, we also have what we call breaking the pattern. Okay. So breaking the pattern, the break can be achieved by introducing an element in a contrasting color with a different shape or texture. So by removing one of the elements or by adding one of an element, it can make a pattern or it can break the pattern so it can work. Okay, for example, this one. The pattern here are the golden Buddha statues, but we break the pattern by introducing the element of the sash or the orange sash. So since the statues are all golden and don't have sash, so it should have been patterned. But since due to the orange sash, so we break the pattern and it will automatically lead your eye or the viewer's eye towards that statue with the orange sash. Then this one. So all the boys or all the kids are in one line except this one who fell from the stone. So he is the one who broke the pattern. Okay? So it's more interesting when you see something it's odd in a photo. So it your viewers will focus on that one. The next one is negative space. Negative space is the technique of using elements of low impact to contrast your subject in a picture. So this could be a flat color, but could also be an area of low contrast, so low texture or subtle gradient. So for this one, so your negative space is the red wall behind the boy. So since it is almost plain with just a little scratches details, so it made your subject or the boy stand out from the frame. So it's one of the things that we will really take note when taking a photo is really to check or to keep in mind with the background. The other one is the negative space is the white wall behind the stairs. So since it is a plain wall, it contrasted with the more darker side of the stairs, of the area below the stairs with your subject on a swing. So When you see it first, you will directly see the girl on a swing since it was enclosed. Or maybe you can also apply it. You can also say that you also applied framing. So you can actually use one, two, or more composition style in one photo to make it more effective. Next is minimalism. Actually, negative space and minimalism are almost more on similar. Since when we say minimalism, one of the factor is that it should have negative space, or one of the factors to be considered in minimalism is negative space. So minimalism is using a minimum amount of components, so such as color, shape, line, and texture. So this one. So this is a building in Hong Kong. I forgot if it was a theater or that. Uh, so you only have the building and the plain blue background of the sky. So you can also say that the plain blue background is the negative space, and your positive space is the building. So with just the two elements, so it's very minimal. So it made your building or your subject stand out more. And this one, you only have branches and birds. So this was taken during a gloomy day. So I took advantage and washed out the background so that you will have a silhouette only of the branches and the birds. Okay, so that's it actually for all the composition style. There are more other composition style that you can apply, but these are the more common used composition style, and the other ones are more technical. You have go deeper to understand the composition style, such as the golden ratio. So it's a bit complicated. Okay, so the next topic is point of view. So these are the two actually of the things that I consider before taking a shot. So first one is the composition. So we arrange the elements in our frame. And the second one is the point of view. So what angle should I take, or from what angle should I take the photo? So point of view, or what we usually call POV, refers to the position of the camera is in when viewing a scene or when taking a shot. So whether you're looking up, down, or straight on changes the scene dramatically, and it changes the way that the viewer interprets the final photograph. Okay, so the most common type of POV is the eye level. So this is the most common way to photograph a subject. So after all, typically, this is the way we regard most of the subjects in our day-to-day lives. So especially other people. So just take the camera straight on, put it straight in your face, or align it in your face. So that's eye level already. Okay. So commonly, portrait shot or just normal shots, eye level. Okay. The other one is the bird's eye view. So when we say bird's eye view, so it is taken above eye level. So not necessarily very high, as long as it's normally above eye level. So you can consider it as bird's eye view. So when photographing a subject from above, it is known as bird's eye view. So this could be taken from up in the sky. So normally when I ride a plane, I usually take the window side or window seat because I really love taking photos. So because there is something that is not usual, or you don't really typically see something from above. So that's why some drone shots are very compelling or interesting, So because we don't normally see those things on a daily basis. So such as when flying a plane, or can simply be taken by standing on a ladder, or maybe a chair, even a chair, so slightly above your subject. So this one is an example. So this one was taken at Bolhoon, from on top of the Elira. Okay, so I just waited for the bus bus liner or the series liner to to go by or to pass by. So thankfully within on it's very hot there. So thankfully within a minute or two the bus passed by. So I took the shot. So you can also consider this one as so framing. That's framing already. So framing with the two rocks and also with the curved road. So you frame your subject, which is the yellow bus, and also the POV of that is bird's eye view. So the other example is this one. So this one was taken in Zamboanga City, which is Bajau, which is very common there at the pier area or the port area. So since the port or the area was above, so I took the shot straight on, so right above. So yeah, so you cannot only apply bird's eye view with landscapes or what, but also with portraits or with people. Okay, the last part of the POV or the third one is the opposite of the bird's eye view, which is the worm's eye view. So photographing from below is sometimes referred to as worm's eye view. So as if a worm were or as if you are a worm looking up at the world around you. So basically, as you can imagine, when taking a photo from below, so it will make your subject look bigger or larger, even though some of it are smaller in reality. Okay, so this one is an example. This one was taken in a market, Wednesday market in Malatapay in Negros Oriental. So it's a common there scene that there are livestocks there such as pigs and carabaos for selling. So yeah, it's actually it's very interesting to take shots from below. So and a little bit scary if you are below right on that carabaos. So it's a bit scary actually. So yeah, that one it gives both bird's eye view and worm's eye view gives a certain way of perspective that we don't normally see. That's why it's a little bit interesting for others to see it. Okay? And also this one. So this is a Buad farm in Bantayan Island. So I really crawled below the nets and the table where they dried up their fish. So yeah, that one. So while preparing, also this one is also framing. So I framed the human element with the bamboo sticks or the bamboo frames of the table or the nets. Okay, so that's the three types of point of view. So when you take photos straight on, so it's eye level. When you take your photos right above your subject or above your subject, it's bird's eye view. And while you take your photos below your subject, that's worm's eye view. Okay, so these are some tips I can give you, especially when you are doing documentation during your project program or outreach program for Rotary. So first is make a shot list. So if you somehow know what will happen during the program or the event, so at least you will already list the types of shots you want to take. So maybe you want to take photos in action for while giving let's say while giving the food relief packages from of your co-Rotary members, or during the giving itself with your Rotarian and your beneficiary in one frame. So that's the one. Or a group shot. At least you will not miss something very important when you have a shot list. The other one is clean the lens. This is actually very easy, but yet we almost overlook this one, since our mobile phones actually are always placed in our pockets or in our bags, so the lens are not protected or not covered. So it will really accumulate maybe smudges or dust actually, which will affect the quality of our photos. Okay, so by making sure that our lenses are clean, so that's why sometimes we will question, or maybe we will say that our cameras are not performing well, but uh, honestly, it only take a clean of the lens. So we will say it's hazy or blurry because there are some dust or smudges accumulated in the lens, so it cannot focus clearly. So or it blocks the lens. So it cleaning the lens before taking the shot is really important. Then one tip in cleaning the lens is that don't just wipe it straight, wipe it in round motion. It's better. It has a better output of cleaning rather than just uh, straight or linear cleaning. So yeah. Then the third one is apply. Apply what we learned today, the composition styles, and the POV. So before taking a shot, actually, these fundamentals are only hard at first, or actually, but from time to time, when you take the photos and when you practice these types of composition style, it will already come naturally to you. So you don't have to actually always think that I should take it from above, or I should take it from below, or I should frame the subject or what. So your eyes eventually will be trained to see these things, or the interesting things, or your subjects on how to arrange your elements in one frame, as long as you practice this one. Okay? Then the fourth one is take multiple shots. So sometimes we are very complacent
So
actually when
nag-training
taking.
ka ng public image man, so unsa ang
So sometimes we became complacent with our photos, that we will say that oh, we already have enough photos, that after reviewing it we missed something. So it's better to have more photos. Maybe in one scene you will take at least 5 photos in different angles, uh, in different positions, so that you have a variety of options when to finalize what photos you are gonna submit or you're gonna include in your presentations. Okay. Next is what I said before during the negative space, always watch the background. So if the background is very cluttered, so your subject might not be or will not stood out. Okay, so it's better to prioritize the background. Sometimes, especially when I'm in street, so sometimes I will look first for the background, then I will just wait for something or for a subject to drop by or to pass by. So that's how important background is when composing a shot. Okay. Next is don't over process your photos. So editing photos is a personal preference, but sometimes it become not realistic enough, especially for us who do documentation or documentary or street photography. So it's better that your output is more on realistic side. So especially especially when you take photos for programs and outreach programs for the clubs. So it's better not to over process it. Uh, but it's a personal preference. I'm not really against those who colorize their photos so much. Okay, then maximize your camera features. Okay, so our camera features actually in our mobile phones have or our camera have really rich features. Most of the cameras today are mobile phones. So example of that is some of the mobile phones have multiple cameras. So not just the regular camera, we also have the ultra wide, which can take better angle, better wider shots. So it can capture a bigger scene and include more people in one frame. That's ultra wide. And also telephoto. So telephoto, when you say telephoto, it's a zoom lens actually. So if you are shy to go near your subject, or the area or the scene is really far from you and you really want to take that moment instantly, so you can use telephoto. So some of the common telephoto lenses are 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, or even 10 times optical zoom. Okay, so that's really far enough na ang 10 times optical zoom. But the quality is really good nowadays with our technology in our mobile phone cameras. Okay, or use camera modes. So there are some camera modes in our phone also that we might not see, but if we will explore it, we can see. So some features are portrait or aperture mode. So if you want that creamy bokeh or creamy background blur, just like DSLR blur. So some of the phones have this features portrait or aperture mode that you can use to blur your background. So the algorithm of the camera detects the distance of your subject and the background and blurs your background. And some actually has the power also or has the capability to edit the focus right after taking the shot. So after you take the shot, you can still adjust where to or what or where to blur. Okay? Or night mode. So since most of our cameras really struggle at night, so the night mode is really a feature that is very common for now, that even though at very low light it can take uh it's not really possible, but sometimes it's really brilliant photos actually at low light. So sometimes it will only take 5 to 6 seconds to capture. So sometimes you should have a steady hand also to capture it. So to avoid any blur. Okay. Then so I have also some examples. I took this one during our outreach program during the fire in Mandaue, where we provided some relief goods to our fire victims. So it was housed in CICC that time. So this was just a very short uh, outreach program. So I just have minimal photos actually for this one, but these are some examples that you can refer also. So the first one is take action shots actually. So with this one was taken worm's eye view below your subject, and the hands actually of Kuya, the one in the left side, is actually serves as a frame. So the hand with the relief package and the other one with the watch frame the face of Kuya. Okay, so that's applying composition style and the POV. Okay, another example is the distribution of the relief goods from the truck to the table of releasing table. So as you can see, the volunteers are lined up, so it serves as a leading line to your frame. Okay, and this was taken right above your subject. So it was taken with bird's eye view, which is our POV for this one. Okay, so capture emotions. It's very important actually during outreach program to capture emotions of the, especially with the beneficiary, even with the volunteers actually, because it's very fulfilling in our side when we volunteers to give happiness to our beneficiary actually. So it's very important also to document that one. Okay. So this one, so right below your subject also, this one is eye level, this one is bird's eye view. So below your subject. So you don't really have to take all your photos on eye level also. So yeah, change angle while taking shots. Okay. So aside from the action photos and emotions, capturing emotions, maybe you can also capture side stories. So outside the outreach program, maybe you can document also life of the beneficiaries. So you can add more story to your album or to your presentation by then. So this one was taken with a boy having a bath when a fire truck actually arrived. Then they distributed the water, so they have, then that's the time that they had the opportunity to take a bath also. Then yeah, kids playing happily. So despite their situation that they're somehow homeless because of the fire, so still kids are having happy time or not worrying their current situation. Okay, so that adds to your story when taking your photos during an outreach program or projects. Okay, so let me share to you some of probably two of my most favorite shots that was also featured in the National Geographic Your Shot community. So it was a daily dozen. So they pick top 12 photos for a day. So luckily, two of my photos was actually chosen for that time on a separate day. So I'll just share to you the notes given by the National Geographic team. So you can also see how they what you call that, how they interpret the photos or how what they feel about the photos. Okay, so this one is from Sir David Lee, which is a producer of the Nat Geo Your Shot. So these kids look like they are having so much fun. So I love how they are backflipping into the water together in unison. So I can hear them counting down 3, 2, 1. So I would love to be in swimming right now, so playing in the water instead of sitting in front of the computer inside an office building. So I'll have to live miraculously through your awesome photo. So well done. So that's one compelling comment that your viewer can feel your photo that as if he wants to be in that photo or in that time or in that moment when you capture the photo. Okay, so actually this photo was not a stage shot. Maybe you can say na maybe you will say that I directed the kids to backflip together. No, this was just taken candid. So they are the ones who decided. I just sit there waiting for the moment to happen. So uh, this one is the one that I won in the PAGCOR National Photography Competition. So the theme there was throwback. So I I I entitled this one throwback flipping because it will the memories will take us back when times that these practices or these events are more common before rather than today. So we seldom see kids doing this one at the beach compared before. Okay. Then the second photo is this one. So this was taken at a water play area is at SMC side. Okay. So this one is from Miss Christine McNicholas, which is an associate photo editor of Nat Geo Your Shot. So the way the light and shadow plays through the spray of water is stunning. So great job on getting low. So getting low, worm's eye view. Keeping the edges clean and giving the circular shapes breathing room. So the circular shapes actually serves as frame or composition style framing. So I can't stop looking at the silhouette, especially that the young character's hand against the golden spray. I love it. So that's the comment for the photo. Okay. So as you can see, all the sample photos that you saw from the presentation are actually taken all with mobile phones. So this is an example that even with just our mobile phones, we can really capture moments or stunning moments, producing compelling photos. So yeah, that's all for today. So I hope you learned something and hope that you can apply this one. So in your coming activities or even on a daily basis when taking photos, really taking photographs, a photograph is a stress reliever for me. So I hope you will find it also as stress reliever also when you take photos and enjoy the photos that you captured after. So if you want to check some of uh, my other photos, you can check my Instagram at amski89 and also my Facebook, just my name, Philip Guay. Okay, so in my Instagram, most of the photos there are also taken with a mobile phone only. So, uh, so maybe there are less than 20 photos only taken with DSLR or mirrorless. So I really enjoyed, although I have mirrorless and DSLR cameras, but I still have the convenience and comfort when taking photos with mobile phones. So this one is a statement that uh, gear is not really is not a limitation for us to capture moment and document moment. Okay, so before I end, actually, I would like to share a quote one of my one of my. Oh, there's a question of what phone brand I used. So okay, most of the photos you saw actually are taken with Huawei phones, so different uh, models. Although I have some, the past one, the one in Pagcor, the throwback flipping, are taken with Xperia C5 Ultra. That time, that's 2016, around 2016. Mm, okay, so yeah, so then let me share to you a quote from my one of the favorite photographers. So this is from Sir Henry Cartier-Bresson, which is the father of or the pioneer of street photography. So quote, "Your first 10,000 photographs are your worst." Okay? So before pa. So the 10,000 photographs before are really huge since we all by the time that he take photos, he only uses film. So that's normally 36 shots. So that's a lot of films for the 10,000 photos. But the quote is not really more on the numbers of 10,000 because the 10,000 can easily be achieved today with our digital camera phones or digital cameras. Okay, so it's not more on the numbers, but it's more on the sense that improving. So from time to time, improving from time to time through experience. So sometimes you're within the 10,000 photos, you already have that gem photo or that precious photo you captured. But yeah, it's more on the more practice, more of taking the shots, training your eyes to see the moment. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Philip, for your tips. Yes, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Philip, for your tips on mobile photography. We really learned a lot, you know, the technical
Thank you, ma'am.
terms and techniques. And we also made a lot of realizations, such as it's not really necessary to own or use an expensive high-end over-the-top camera to be able to capture beautiful images. You know, we
Yes, yeah.
we can use our mobile phones. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the smartphones that we own are as expensive or even more expensive than the mirrorless cameras we have in the market, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so a reminder for fellow Rotarians here attending our seminar, it's not the camera. It's the person who's behind it. It's the how you capture the moment. And to quote JN on his takeaways, you can use 2 or more composition styles to make it more effective. And editing photos is a personal preference. And also another one, the most commonly used, practice makes perfect. So take as many photos as you can, you know, and then explore your mobile phones. There's so many features that you don't know that you have. And fellow Rotarians, did you know that Philip's presentation should have been 106 slides? Sayang, no? But sadly, he has to cut it short. But don't worry, because he is open to invitations if ever you would want to learn more from him and become a master like him on mobile photography. So follow him now on Instagram. That's at Amski89. That's AMSKI89. So thank you, Philip. So I guess everyone's excited now to take more action photos. Can I see a thumbs up if that's a yes from everyone? And if you have some questions for Philip, you may write it down in the chat box. We in the public image team will review them later, and our guest speaker will address them during the open forum, which we have later at the later part of our seminar. So it will become like a panel-like discussion, open forum, where all the guest speakers will be together to address your questions and concerns. So now that you have the perfect photo, you were able to capture the moment. Now, what to do with it? This time, we designed it with the purpose of inspiring others. Thus, our second segment this afternoon, Design to Inspire. So let me call on our District Governor's monthly letter editorial staff, Emmanuel Hernandez, to introduce our next speaker, who will share with us how to effectively use the action photo to convey your Rotary message and make it more meaningful by using the People of Action template made by Rotary International. So, Eman?
Thank you so much, Assistant Public Image Chair for the Visayas and my good friend, Past President JV. Allow me the honor to introduce a fine Rotaractor who will be sharing with us a Rotary campaign that really piques the interest of both Rotarians and non-Rotarians alike. He is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing at the University of Cebu Banilad campus, where his passion for volunteering, serving humanity, and leadership started. He then took the Philippine Nursing Licensure exam on the year he graduated and passed. He worked as an English language instructor both offline and online classes in Cebu and also in Manila, in Adamson University at the Center for Language under the Philippine International Language School. He then went back to Cebu to pursue his plans to work as a nurse, and luckily he did and worked as a clinic nurse. While he was working at the same time, he enrolled and studied for a diploma for professional education in Cebu Technological University main campus, and then took the Philippine licensure examination for teachers and passed. In 2013, he started joining Rotaract activities and finally inducted a year after with the theme Light Up Rotary. He had club positions such as Club Service Director, Secretary, and President. He received awards such as the Most Outstanding Rotaractor at the club level, Outstanding Secretary at the district level, and Outstanding President again at the district level. He also bagged the Most Outstanding Rotaractor Award for the Rotary year 2018 to 2019, and again in Rotary year 2019-2020, given by the Rotary Club of Cebu Fuente. Immediately after his presidency, he was appointed to several district positions. In 2019 to 2020, he was appointed as the District Internet and Communications Officer and District Protocol Officer. Last year, He was appointed as the District Club Service Director and again District Protocol Officer, as well as Public Image Associate for the Filipinas MDIO or Multi-District Information Organization. He is serving this Rotary year in the following roles. First, as the Public Image Associate of the Asia Pacific Multi-District Information Organization. Second, as the International Affairs Associate of the Filipinas Multi-District Information Organization. Third, as the Managing Editor of Philippines Rotaract Magazine. And finally, for our own district, he is the Rotaract Public Image Representative of Rotary International District 3860. During his presidency, his club was a nominee for the Rotaract Outstanding Project Awards for the Asia Pacific region, where this project was also featured in the Rotary International social media accounts, as well as the Rotary magazine in Germany and Austria. He is also one of the breakout speakers during the 2021 Rotaract Pre-Convention with the topic Understanding Public Image and Best Practices. Professionally, he is a registered nurse as well as a licensed professional teacher. He's also an active member of the Rotaract Club of Cebu Fuente and a proud Rotaractor, as he wholeheartedly served in the Rotary year 2018-2019 as a president with the theme Be the Inspiration. For his talk on Rotary's People of Action campaign, please help me warmly welcome Rotaract Public Image Representative of Rotary International District 3860, J.N. Vianney L. Dagandan. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present the People of Action campaign, which is one of the campaign led by the Rotary International. First and foremost, the People of Action campaign is the new public image campaign, which is widely used for the Rotary International to promote the projects and the actions of the Rotary and Rotaract. So it is designed to build understanding of Rotary or Rotaract by answering these following questions. So what is Rotary or Rotaract? Who are Rotary or Rotarians rather and Rotaractors? And what does or the impact do Rotarians and Rotaractors make in our community and around the world? And lastly, how is Rotary or Rotaract different from other organizations? So these are some of the questions that we need to take on as we do or take photos for our People of Action campaign. So this is some questions also in telling your story for the People of Action campaign. So firstly, what are you trying to accomplish on the photo that you've been or you will be using in the People of Action campaign? So next is, who is your audience and how did you take action on it? And what was your impact on the activity that you are doing in the organization? And lastly, what do you want your audience to do? So these are other 5 questions to answer on how to tell your story for the People of Action campaign. So in making the People of Action campaign, there are 3 easy steps in doing it. So first and foremost, we select an action verb for our headline. So as we know, there are 10 action verbs used for the People of Action campaign. So together we is part of the headline for the campaign and must be used in all People of Action ads. Which action verb best describes what you did? And in the following list in the slides, you would use the best verb that describes the photo that you would use for the People of Action campaign. So here are the list for the verbs such as connect, transform, inspire, end polio, saves lives, promote peace, mentor, learn, fight hunger, and lastly, empower. So these are the only verbs that we would use in the People of Action campaign. Next, so we go now on the second part in making the People of Action campaign. So choose an image or take a photo. So as what the first speaker highlighted a while ago, that we should take action photos. So these are the things that we need to put in making the People of Action campaign. So let's keep in mind that take and use pictures that are composed in a way that supports the claim that we are a people of action. Avoid grip and green photos. Those that two people shaking hands and smiling. Remember that the headline is together we. A shot of an individual will only rarely be appropriate, so it should be two or more. Make sure you represent the diversity of your club and the people you are serving in age, ethnicity, and gender. Only 2 to 5 people in the photo. So because when you are doing the People of Action campaign in the website, it would be automatically stretched when you drag it and drop on their system. So only 2 to 5 people is probably used so that the shot is better to look at when producing the said campaign. Ask yourself, will people in my community connect with what they see in the photo? And lastly, you want to use powerful images that captures your viewers' attention and make them feel an emotion. So, and you want to use the images that you capture so that the people looking through the picture feel an emotion also. So these are sample pictures for the People of Action campaign. So we choose some pictures, and after that, now we proceed to the third step, which would be developing a body copy. So the body copy, or the main part of your ad, will tell your story in a brief, informative, and inspiring way. This is where, in as few words as possible, you will make your claim, offer statistics or other proof of your impact, issue a call to action, and after that one, you would add 1, 2, and 3, and using the design template in the brand center to combine your copy and the image you've chosen into a professional looking ad. So you just combine, you just choose the right verb, you just choose the right photo, and then you will develop a copy afterwards. So this would be the sample picture in the combination of the 3 templates already. So first, we choose the verb save lives, and then we choose the photo, which was what you can see in the on the back, and automatically the website will produce this kind of photo. And another one. And so, and the checklist in printing the People of Action campaign, we should always follow this framework. So first and foremost, we choose the image that we want to use, and then we properly choose the verb that is used to describe the image, and then your claim, your proof, and your call to action. So these are sample photos of the People of Action. So for more details in the People of Action campaigns and doing the People of Action templates, you can go to the brand center on My Rotary. So as you can see in this slide, you can go to this link, and then you can do and practice doing the People of Action templates there. And thank you. And that's all for the People of Action campaign ads.
Wow, thank you, Rotaract Public Image Representative JN, for that articulate and very straightforward presentation, and for sharing with us the how-tos using the People of Action template in the Rotary Brand Center. Sorry, I forgot to turn on my video. Okay. Okay, there you go. Rotary International did make it very easy for us to communicate our message to the world. We have the brand center where everything we need is basically there. And we have the People of Action template with 10, take note, 10 action verbs that will guide us with our action photos. So simple, very straightforward, and of course, very inspirational. Aside from using the People of Action template, we would also be needing to design our presentations and other Rotary-related print materials in a way that it will be appealing to the community, something that will really make an emotional impact to them when they see it. So for our next speaker, allow me to call on District Governor's monthly letter editor, Arnold Nicolas, to introduce our next speaker, who will share with us her knowledge and skills on navigating the most user-friendly, web-based editing software, Canva.
Good afternoon. This task of introducing our next speaker is a great privilege. I know this one is difficult, but the thought that she is a woman of virtue and simplicity. I feel elated to introduce her to everyone this afternoon. Coupled with an impressive background, she graduated at the University of the East with a degree in computer science. She took up her master's in computer science at De La Salle University, Manila, and master in business administration at Ateneo Graduate School of Business. She is the writer of BMR MRN Training and Consultancy and a Chief Operating Officer of Ormoc Bread Shop, President of Ormoc School of the Morning Star, former Chairperson of the Ormoc City Chamber of Commerce and Industry, past President of the Rotary Club of Ormoc, helping us today to design how to use Canva. Please join me in welcoming District Public Image Chairperson, Maricel Ngo.
Thank you to our GML editor, Arnold Nicolas, for that nice introduction. And also thank you, Gov Anna, for the trust. How can I refuse a beautiful governor's request to talk about my passion in making designs in Canva? I am not a graphic artist, just a brief background. I just enjoy using and exploring Canva. And who would have thought that some of my designs in Canva have caught the attention of my target market? And been using Canva since 2018 when I saw visually appealing FB post of Assistant Governor Apple Alagon, post of her restaurant specialties. And I asked her, who is your graphic artist? And she said, I just use Canva, and that tickled my interest. So the rest is history. Every Rotarian has her Rotary story. And as for me, I was Rotarized in 2015, and Gov Anna was my sponsor, and past Assistant Governor Sandra was her president during the time I was inducted. And that is when my Rotary story started, a purpose-driven Rotary life. I also have my Canva story. Empower yourself to have peace in your married life. Gone are the days when I lose my patience waiting for my husbands to fetch me in my office, as I didn't know back then how to drive. Gone are the days when I feel hurt when my layout and graphic artist husband cannot entertain my requests for designs of collaterals I need for my community works because he would say, di ba na priority ron magnegosyo lang sa. I saw back then the need to be empowered, and thank you A&A Driving School, and thank you Canva. I have now fewer reasons to feel hurt because I learned 2 new skills out of frustrations. And I am proud to say I can now drive and I can now Canva. Boss Sanchez once said, if one skill is not your core competencies, outsource it to experts in that field. Like if you're running a business and accounting is not your cup of tea, then outsource the work to a bookkeeper or accounting firm. For me, I refuse to outsource making designs in Canva because doing it in Canva is one of the most pleasurable activities I engage in. And for me, I believe it's good for my mental health. And I can hear Gov Anna saying it's true. This might surprise you, but Gov Anna is a Canva whiz. Some of our posters of our district seminars are beautifully designed by her using Canva because using Canva is easier than you think. Before we explore Canva, let us first do the essentials. Download all your club logos, all styles, types of your club logos using our district logo maker. Simple yet useful logo maker which has locked up for the Rotary theme that Brand Center doesn't have. And this is made possible by our district website administrator, Jeffrey Tan. We have a YouTube tutorial on how to use and navigate our logo maker. The URL is rotarydistrict3860.org/logo. Again, it's rotarydistrict3860.org/logo. There you will find our Logo Maker version 1.10, which means that there will be newer versions to be released in the following months to include more features if deemed necessary. There are club types you can choose, either Rotary, Rotaract, Interact, which means our Logo Maker is capable of making logos for these three types of club. It has also choice of image type like PNG or JPEG format, but it is encouraged to use PNG as it supports transparency in images. Also, the logo type like standard is the name of the club with the Rotary Wheel or Mark of Excellence logo, and we call it your club's signature system logo. Now, let us be more organized in saving our logos. After you downloaded all your club logos, styles, types, save it or save them in Google Drive or any drive that support cloud computing so you can easily share it to your club members and even your club clerk. And I highly recommend that you also save them in your local hard drive so you can easily access them even without the internet. So that's the essential. We are now ready to explore Canva.
Graphic design has changed. It's gone from this to this, and it's still not easy. But these Aussies are here to fix design, starting out in Mel's family living room, then the garage. They never gave up on their mission to empower everyone to design. And so, Canva was born. It made design simple, and it took off, big time. Every day, over 4 million designs are made by people unleashing their creativity, from students with opinions to moms with a side hustle.
Ooh, that's nice.
To those crushing it at work. And the designers, they love us too, don't you?
Sure, I use Canva. I mean, it's free. There are millions of premium photos and videos, over 70,000 professional templates to get you started, or you can make your own from scratch.
It's so easy. Non-designers can do it.
Non-designers, like Margot.
Wow, Margot. You must have a lot of time in your hand.
She doesn't. We believe in design for everyone, but don't take it from us. Take it from some of the 20 million people that use Canva every month. This is Mel, Cliff, and Cam, and this is Canva. Create a free account today at canva.com.
Let's now design our own Rotary event poster using Canva. You will see here, create a design, so simply click. But before that, we need first to know the dimension of our district poster template. And if you will check the information of our Rotary of Service template, there you'll be able to see the width and the height in pixel, even in inches, even in centimeter and millimeter. But we will use inch as our unit of measurement. So it's 56.89 width, and 28.44-inch height. Next is to type the name of our poster, which is mangrove planting. And then let us now upload our district Rotary Day of Service poster. Simply check the folder where you save the template and then open the template. And I'd like, of course, to thank Tupe, our social media administrator, for providing us all these templates. So wait until it is already uploaded. Simply click and paste it there. You can resize it if you want, since we have the exact dimension, so we will not encounter any problem when it comes to customizing the size. The next thing to do is to upload our logo, like the essentials I presented a while ago. So choose whatever logo you think will fit and will blend in our district template. I will choose the standard, the basic Rotary logo of Rotary Club of Ormoc with our theme, Serve to Change Lives. So we can resize it. It's very easy to resize it in Canva. You can make it small, you can make it big. Now let us put the details of our event. Click text, and there you'll see the different text styles. So I just click add a heading, and in the text pane, you'll see all the choices, all the things that you can do to customize your text, even the color. What I like about Canva is there is this photo color, which ensures that the image and of course the text will match. So our design will be visually appealing. So let's choose blue, same as the color of Serve to Change Lives theme. Then type the venue of this event, which is at Barangay Naungan, Ormoc City. And here we will conduct our mangrove planting. You can resize the font. And what's nice about Canva, by using the text handle, you can make it big, you can make the font or the text smaller. So it's a drag and drop style of editing our design. And we will put the date of the event, which is October 30, 2021. So we are almost done with the design of a Rotary Day of Service mangrove coastal tree planting activity at Barangay Naungan, Ormoc City, October 30, 2021. It's very easy to do it. For as long as you have the district template, you know how to use Canva, you downloaded your club's logo and also with this year's theme. Now go to download, then choose file type PNG. I highly recommend that you choose PNG as it supports transparency in images, photo, which means it can match with any colorful backgrounds, and PNG has a higher quality. Get a premium account if you want to print your design in tarpaulin so it's not pixelated, but if it's just for Facebook posts, then the free account will do. So we are now done with our poster design from this blank template to this customized template of our Rotary Day of Service. So indeed, using Canva is easier than you think. So try it. You have an upcoming club event. Let us use Canva template. Let us choose Facebook post template. And then here you will see a lot of available templates. You can browse them one by one. Choose what you feel is visually appealing. So I am choosing this Facebook post template. So all I have to do is just to change its interfaces. So since For example, our club will be having its classification talk. One of the members is attorney Jeremiah Reynaldo, and I will just edit the event. We'll type in classification talk, and then the title of the event is, or the talk is, Rising Demand for Legal Tech Startup. So there you can see that it's easy to change it, to modify it, to customize it, and the design is already there. So you simply remove all the elements that you think is no longer needed. And as you notice, I included, of course, the club's logo with the theme, and I just copy some of the text and then change the size, put the details. So usually it's the venue, the date, and the time. So again, for consistency and uniformity of the design and colors, so I simply use same color as the rising demand for the event's details. And of course, I just resize it by click and drop. And then I copied again, this time to type the name of our speaker, who is also a Rotarian, attorney Jeremiah Reynaldo. I don't find the font color readable, so I choose brown. And I think that's about it. So I will simply download it in PNG format. I will post this e-poster in Rotary Club of Ormoc fan page, because this is our way of expanding our reach, hoping that this post will get the interest of our potential members. So now we are posting this e-poster of the classification talk to be delivered by one of our active Rotarian attorney, Jeremiah. So that's it. So we now have our e-poster of our club's event. So from this template to this customized template. So if you want to learn more about Canva, like Rotary Learning Center, Canva has also their design school for beginners, and learning is free. Just visit designschool.canva.com. canva.com. So if you want to get a premium account, it's Canva Pro. It's 2,490 per year for up to 5 people. You'll have access to over 100 million premium stock photos. You can easily save, apply your brand or campaign colors, logos, and fonts with up to 100 brand kits. And you can download a high resolution file, ideal if you want to print invitations, tarpaulins, or posters. You can even remove image backgrounds instantly with background remover. And there is also access to Magic Resize. And you can save designs as templates for your teams for use. So meaning collaboration is possible. And there is a bigger memory, 100 gigabyte of cloud storage. And you can also schedule social media content to 8 platforms. But the account, if your account is free, it's fine. If it's just for Facebook posting and you are just starting to learn Canva. And just like to show you some of my portfolio, just simple design, but as I presented during the introduction, that most of the designs I did in Canva using templates, I was able to get the attention to get attention of my target market or target audience. So these are some of the design. This is both rotary collaterals. There you can see. I have also here, I'm selling Sumalatik, and also save the date for our launch opening of our branch. And this is also the price list, also the Ormoc City Chamber of Commerce. I did this design using templates, and also for hiring and making our canvas photo, and also some of my posters, and even Christmas cards, greeting cards, and gift tags or label, e-posters, invite, process flow. So you can do a lot of things in Canva. So I hope you learned a lot. This is just the start of learning the basic in Canva. So thank you for listening and have a good afternoon ahead.
Now, if that wasn't user-friendly or beginner-friendly, then I don't know what is. Thank you, District Public Image Chair Maricel Ngo, for that very teacher-like, also millennial-like presentation. I really thought I was watching a YouTube tutorial by a celebrity, but then, oh wait, that's Tita Maricel. So, she really projects beautifully, online, and also in personal, of course. Canva also really changed my life. And I agree with District Public Image Chair Marisa that gone are the days that you rely on layout artists to design your rotary materials. And the best way to avoid having wrong branding in your rotary materials is to make it yourself, because who is more knowledgeable than us Rotarians, right? With all the public image branding seminars that we do, we are more than knowledgeable than you think. And also, let's unleash our inner creativity. Let's explore Canva. The presentation was very precise, and I know for sure everyone will be downloading the Canva application or on their mobile phones right after this seminar. Or maybe they're downloading it now, who knows? And with the talents of our district website administrator, Jeffrey Tan, all the club logos of the Rotary clubs and Rotaract clubs in our district that are in compliant with the Rotary branding are readily available for download in our district website. And in different color formats, did you know that? That will be suitable on your club's preferred background design. So if you have a dark colored background, the white colored font of your Rotary Club logo is there, and vice versa. Gov Anna really made everything so easy for us Rotarians so that we will avoid some Rotary branding mishaps. And I guess from here on, we will be seeing more creativity from our fellow Rotarians. You agree? Thumbs up sign, everyone. And again, if you have questions and concerns, kindly take note of them. You may type them in the chat box, and we will address them to our speakers during our open forum, which will be at the later part of our seminar. But before we move on to the next segment, let's have again the Rotary theme trivia. So are everyone still there? Can I see some thumbs up of our participants this afternoon before I start with the trivia? Okay, I'm seeing so much. Thank you, guys. So we'll be having a quick trivia. Type in the chat box your answer. Okay, and now we're ready. So the first one. From Rotary year 2000-2001, the millennium year. Anyone can guess? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yes, correct. That's create awareness, take action. So we're getting fewer answers now than the part 1 of our trivia. So what does that mean? Okay, I'm not answering that though. Okay, second one. From Rotary year 1997-1998. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, the theme is Show Rotary Cares. Yes, correct. Rotary themes are indeed very inspiring and moving, right? So, okay, for the third one, from Rotary year 1988-1989. So we're moving to the 80s now, guys. So anyone here still remembers this one? 3, 2, 1. I agree. So we have here from Enrique Andres, put life into Rotary, your life. I know Enrique Andres could really relate to this theme. He puts life, he puts Rotary in his life, 24/7. Am I right, Ricky? Wow. I mean, the themes are really speaking to us. And then we'll have the fourth one from Rotary year 1986-1987. Quick trivia for this Rotary theme. This was the Rotary year when we had the very first and only, so far, Filipino Rotary International president. Who knows? Maybe we'll have another Filipino RI president soon. During this year, we had the late past RI President Matt Caparas. So the answer, yes, it's Rotary brings hope. So do you agree with the theme? Because I really do. Most especially now with the pandemic, we brought so much hope to a lot of people with the projects that we're having lately, right? And now for the last one, from Rotary year 1980-1981. So this was the year, another quick trivia, guys. This was the year that the theme logo was first introduced. So you have the theme, that's the theme, right? The wordings. And then we have the theme logo, which is the image. So this was the year 1980-1981 that Rotary International presidents have a Rotary theme logo. Yes, that's correct. Take time to serve. And with all the hustle bustle in our lives lately, let us pause, let's breathe, and let's all take time to serve. Now, who got a perfect score? Anyone here got the perfect score even from the part 1 of our trivia? Yeah, I guess a lot, but okay, just remember, is it the truth? Kidding aside. Okay, now that we're done with capturing the moment, we're done with designing to inspire. So what comes next? And like they say, last but definitely not the least, it's the most important part, our third segment in our seminar this afternoon. It's sharing your Rotary story. We share our experience, we share the fun, we share the passion and compassion, we share the purpose and the emotional fulfillment of being able to change lives through service. And to introduce our very inspiring speaker who will share with us how to adequately communicate our Rotary story through images, let me welcome again District Secretary Caroline Andrade to introduce our guest speaker.
Thank you, JB. So it's once again my pleasure to introduce the next guest speaker.
Video.
Pardon? Yeah, the next guest speaker.
The SKY of video.
Oh, sorry. So good afternoon once again. It's my pleasure to introduce the next guest speaker, District Governor nominee Maria Esther Mate Espina presently serves as one of the Assistant Regional Public Image Chair for Zone 10A. She is a member of the Rotary Club of Bacolod Central and also serves as the District Public Image Chair of District 3850. Mate comes from a family of journalists and artists. She was a reporter for the Manila Times for over a decade and contributed to various international news wires. At present, she runs her own PR consultancy firm and continues to write as a columnist for Digicast Negros and Panay News. She is proud of her lineage as a descendant of Ilonggo hero and writer Cristiano Lopez Haina. She has a degree in AB English from La Consolacion College, Bacolod under the ETEEAP program. She was a recipient of a fellowship by the International Leadership Program at the University of California, Berkeley, USA, a fellow of the Institute of International Education at the University of San Carlos, Cebu, and a fellow of the Leadership Development Program, Philippines. Mate is a former member of the Philippine Bayanihan Dance Company and Tanghalang Pilipino, both resident companies of the Cultural Center of the Philippines. She has performed in various Filipino musicals and theater productions both here and abroad, and directed the staging of Nole Mi Tangere, the musical, in Los Angeles in 2015 and 2016. She is blessed with two sons, Julio and Giancarlo, and she is Nana to a 8-year-old granddaughter, Ava. So, my fellow Rotarians, please help me welcome our speaker, District Governor nominee Mate Espina. Can we welcome her with a round of applause?
Thank you, Caroline. Am I registering well? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
So, allow me to thank first Gov Ana for inviting me again to your district. Thank you so much. This is my second time to talk in a public image training in your district. Last year also, I talked to your district, and I hope my sharing today is not going to bore you, although definitely I made it different from last year's presentation. Allow me also to acknowledge several PDGs here, Protocol of Serve, of course, Gov Rees, Gov Mean, who is Suki to our district, no? Palagi yan dun sa amin, she's a friend to everyone in our district. Of course, Gov Lilo and my classmate, Governor Twinkle, special shout out to you. Pinromote niya po ito sa aming batch. So also I'd like to say hi to members of, Rotarian members of 3850. Marami akong nakikitang nandito na nakikisabay sa inyong training. So let me share my presentation. I was tasked to talk about telling your story in this age of social media. Okay, there we go. So I'd like to discuss this in two ways. No? First, we start with why do we need to tell our stories, and who do we tell our stories to, and how are we going to tell our stories? I'm not going to dabble into graphics because I'm really impressed with Canva, and I'm pretty sure it made a believer in everyone here today to go and grab a copy of sign up for Canva, at least even in the free use, and also on the photography side, because I am not a photographer, I am a writer. So I'm going to dwell more on how to tell your stories. And it is not as complicated as you think, because fact is, we are all storytellers. from the moment we wake up, paglabas natin sa ating mga kwarto, pag-upo natin sa kainan, when we go out of our homes, go to work, meet with friends, our daily lives are filled with stories. Kamusta? That very greeting that is very normal is a start to a conversation, no? And even in texts or chats, when we say, kumusta ka, you're the one that you're talking to would usually answer you in a conversation. And that starts a storytelling right there. Another that is really, really making things open, making people open up to a conversation is when you ask somebody, naunsa ka? What happened? Unsay nahitabo? No? So when you ask that, it starts again another long storytelling with your friends especially. Minsan, pag galit, edi syempre hindi ka kikibuin, di ba? But even that silence or even that stare is actually already a subject for a future storytelling with friends. Kasi magchichismis ka na doon sa kaibigan mo. Bakit galit siya? Ano nangyari? And then it starts off another conversation. But in the context of public image in Rotary, telling stories is only interesting if it involves people. While it may be nice to boast of projects we implement, it will not be as interesting to the public, which is our audience, if it is not written with people at the center of it. For example, nag-donate kayo ng medical equipment, medical supplies to a hospital facility, tapos we always do this, we often do this in the past, no? Pero nakikita ko sa inyo, hindi nyo na ginagawa niya, ang ganda-ganda ng mga people of action pictures niya. But normally, there are still Rotarians who would want to, magpa-firing squad sa likod ng mga donated things, magpa-picture, and then have that released in media or post it themselves. There is nothing wrong with that. It is still a laudable project that should be shared to people. But what I'm saying here is take that extra mile and ask, bakit kayo nag-donate? Para kanino kayo nag-donate? Ano yung kailangan? And when you have those, how many people will benefit from this donation? Make that the meat of your story, and you will definitely get or capture the interest of the public. As I've mentioned, people is your most important element in telling your stories. Behind every event that shaped our history are stories of people. Whether it's crime, war, the pandemic, natural disasters, all of that involves people. Not because, for example, in disaster, it's not because of the magnitude, but how it affects people. I would like to take it further and give you an example that is very close to many of you. The Typhoon Yolanda. No? Some of you come from the areas that were severely affected by the typhoon. If you recall, days leading to the landfall, the sheer magnitude and strength of Yolanda was already in the news. It was being talked about because it is typhoon number 5 or super typhoon as they call it. But it was not because of the typhoon per se, but in relation to the people that will be affected by its magnitude. The stories revolved around that. If Yolanda actually did not make landfall in our country, it would have disappeared in the news archives in a couple of days. But because it did, and it destroyed thousands of lives and thousands of livelihood, the whole country, in fact, the world talked about it for days, weeks, for months. And years later, we still see news in relation to Yolanda. Stories of heroism, stories of communities coming together. And I know that Rotary, your district, has made an effort in providing homes for those that were severely affected by typhoon, the reconstruction, the rehabilitation of areas affected, and so many more. And the only reason there is because these stories talked about people. So now that we've established that, and we can actually be very good storytellers, let us go to the why. Why do we need to tell our Rotary stories? Why is this one of the major thrusts of Rotary International? What is it that we need to communicate to the public? There are so many reasons why, but let me just give you a few. Stories have incredible power to reach others, and social media just expanded that power exponentially. Stories elicit responses and creates ripple effect, and that is what we want in Rotary, that our projects, our service to the community will have a ripple effect and will be duplicated not just by Rotarians, but by other organizations, but by communities themselves. Another why, stories influence. It can influence people, it can influence communities, it can even influence the government. Stories inspire, it motivates, it challenges, it teaches us about life, about ourselves, about other people, and it connects the past, the present, and the future. Asking yourself the why will help you figure out what you want to express and how to do it. There are two ways. Are you out there to entertain or to inform? We have so many platforms, social media platforms, that can be very useful for entertainment as well as for information. If you want to entertain, you might just want to write about humorous topics, but if you simply want to inform, your tone must be more factual, educational, and serious. So you see, ask yourselves the why and match your style with a purpose. Okay? Now that you have your why, let's go to the who. To whom are these stories directed? And this is where most of our problems lie. Most often, we are not sure who our audience is. There are two kinds. The internal, which in the context of Rotary is Rotary itself, or the Rotarians and the Rotaractors or the RCCs, anything that involves Rotary. The external is your general public. And in public image, it's the public that should be the recipient of your messages. So next time when you tell your stories, think about your audience. Make them your stars. Their needs should be your priorities. Every story, they say, is about conflict and change. Remember that the story is not a diary, although it can be. Maganda din yung serialized, yung pinapakita nyo sa, you think about that, no? There are shares in or posts in Facebook that are serialized stories about a particular activity, and it's nice. But it is when we tell stories from other people's perspective, giving them space and honoring their truth, that we become their storytellers. A good story tells us the what. Ano yung conflict? Ano yung problema? Ano yung change na nangyari? This is purely straightforward telling, informing the people. A better story, they say, tells us the why. Bakit nangyari yung problema? Why did the conflict occur? The more you dwell on the history, the more drama you will discover in a particular story. But the best story tells us the how. How did the conflict arise? How did the problem occur? How did change transpire? The how will be the one that will bring your readers into the story, enhance the understanding, and effect change in your readers or in your followers. And all that, it is very simple to achieve. if you are a good listener. Allow other people to tell them your story. It is only when you understand their stories and join them in their own journey that you will be able to find the power in you to tell their stories. Not yours, their stories. Always look at the beneficiary. And there's the saying, find the person behind the story and the story behind the person. And the only way you can do that is when you listen to the voice, you listen to the nuances, not just the plain facts that the other person is telling you. In this digital age, we are all media people. So wag po kayong matakot na magkwento o mag-write ng stories. No? Because let's take of that advantage of the technology to push our messages across. Hindi po natin kailangan maging flowery. Very simple. Kaya nga siguro, yung people of action verbs were formulated because it is easier for us. No? Yung we transform, we end hunger, we end polio, and all that. It's very easy because it's simple. We do not have to find huge words to tell our story. Writing isn't about using big words to impress, sabi ni Sierra Bailey. It is about using simple words in an impressive way. In other words, make it more conversational. Tune it to your audience. This is especially true in the age of social media, where you have a varied audience whose attention span you need to capture within 3 seconds or you lose them. And I'm sure you can relate to them. Pag meron kayong cellphone, hindi ba pag nagsuscroll kayo, for example, on Facebook, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, mapapastop kayo in something that actually grabbed your attention. Pero kung hindi mo nakita kaagad, kung hindi na-capture yung interest mo, scroll up ka na naman, scroll up, scroll up. That's how fast the attention span of people in social media is. Sabi nila 3 seconds, others say 7 seconds. No? But then that is what they say. Social media is a world on steroids. Billions of people talking and listening and watching all at the same time, or yung ATM at the moment, or ngayon nagiging real time na siya. Tapos ewan ko na kung ano, no? Hindi ako tech savvy that much, but it is really a very, very fast evolving platform. But you have to remember this. Social media is media. And if you are to become a social media force, you must study what makes media tick, set aside the flaws, and focus on its best practices. Dito lang sa Pilipinas, they say, we have 73.1 million internet users. And between 2020 and 2021, which is the pandemic, when we were all on lockdown, users of social media platforms increased by 16 million. And Hootsuite says the average Filipino spends 10 hours daily on the internet. This is also from Hootsuite, and I'm sure, although very close to us is Facebook, because I'm pretty sure we are all Facebook users, but let us also explore yung ibang social media platforms that are made available, that are very, very easily accessible to all of us. Facebook tops it at 2.8 billion users worldwide, followed by YouTube, and then you have the WhatsApp, which I use for business, and then Instagram, the Messenger, the Facebook Messenger, the WeChat, the ever increasing popularity of TikTok, and the others are more popular in other countries. But yung sa taas, medyo yun yung pinaka-popular sa atin. So let's not stop on Facebook alone. Let's explore Instagram, which has a different set of audience or niche. Let us also explore Twitter. Let's also explore YouTube, especially for your videos. No? Okay. Now let's go to what's in it for them. Going back to when you are telling your story. Ask yourselves when you are writing this, Why do you want to influence your audience? Ask yourselves, what's in it for them? It's one thing kasi to have a message, but it's altogether different to sell it. So our main goal when we use a social media campaign is first grab their attention, grab that audience. Once you grab them, usually you can grab them with nice graphics, with nice picture, with very catchy quotes. Keep them there, make them share your posts, get them to return again and again to your page, convince them, and ultimately, if you rouse them into action, then you've had a very, very successful social media run. Okay? How do you grab their attention? Provide them the opportunity to know you. What good do you do in the communities that you serve? Yung mga pictures. But again, let's give more importance to the beneficiaries rather than ourselves. I know People of Action is supposed to be pictures of Rotarians in action. But sometimes the most powerful weapon is when we post pictures of our beneficiaries. Okay, it is also important kasi for our audience, which is again and again, I will remind you, the general public, that they can see themselves as part of the stories that we tell. Pag nakita nila ang sarili nila doon sa kinukwento nyo, they will be believers and they can become your voices and you can use them actually in future campaigns. Okay? At the end of the day, let us always be reminded that the story we put out there must not be about us, but about the people that we help. Let them be our voice. Let them be our brand of what real service is all about. Because stories that people relate to will make you stand out from the rest of the pack. So how? We go to the how. How do we write stories? Let's go to the basic of writing stories. And it's very simple if we follow these three things. Pick a topic, define your purpose, and narrow your focus. Do not cram 1,000 facts in a story as your readers will lose interest in it. Rather, talk or write from the heart. Make it experiential. Always write the way you talk. Meaning conversational. Ika nga yung sinabi natin kanina, do not use big words. Make it conversational. Make it relatable to your audience. Very easy. Pick a topic. Ano yung topic? Kanina, example ni Maricel is your mangrove planting. Ano yung topic sa mangrove planting? Siyempre, it's the mangrove planting. Define your purpose. Bakit kayo magma-mangrove planting? Is it simply to save the environment? Or is it to save the people along the coastal road? If you are able to have a successful mangrove planting and 10 years down the road, how is that gonna affect the people? Make that the meat of your story so that people will understand why you are doing this now instead of 10 years later. That's what we mean when we say make the people as the center of your stories. So very quick lang to. To recap what we've discussed, here are the things we should keep in mind when we write or tell our stories. Focus on an idea that people care about. Make people the stars of your story. If your story leads to change, that is news. Use plain speech. And think pictures. Kanina, ang dami-daming magagandang pictures na ginawang example. Plan pictures. Let your images tell a story. Please, no talking heads and firing live photos. And I'm sure all of you know that because I've seen the video in the first part of the program, and they're all very, very beautiful pictures of Rotarians truly in action. Lastly, I'd like to end this presentation by reminding you that communities build story and we have lots of it to share. if we take those extra steps to discover the stories behind the people that we serve and the people behind those stories. This is our world. This is our stories. You alone can bring those stories to life. So thank you very much. And I hope you will now become real storytellers. Magandang hapon po.
Wow. Can I ask for another round of applause, please, for our Assistant Regional Public Image Chair? There you go for Zone 10 District. Yes, that's our Assistant Regional Public Image Chair for Zone 10A District Governor nominee from District 3850, Mate Espina. To say that it was an amazing presentation is an understatement. The deliverance of everything was very powerful, and we all gained so much understanding on how to effectively and honestly share a Rotary story. So honestly, it should come from the heart. Like, to put it simply, telling your Rotary story through images. Have a photo that will start a conversation, and to quote District Governor nominee Mate, people is your most important element in your story, because stories influence, they inspire, they motivate, and they challenge. And your photos should always have a purpose. It should answer the why you are sharing it and to whom you are sharing it to. To make your story interesting, make it conversational and relatable to everyone. You know, social media is a double-edged sword, and with all the negativity and fake news going around different SOCMED platforms, let Rotary be the positive driving force and make it trending by spreading inspiration and giving hope to the community. Let us all be honest storytellers. Let us share the good deeds of Rotarians and Rotary. And my most favorite line from DJ and Mate is, find the person behind the story and the story behind the person. Again, thank you so much, District Governor nominee Mate, for that very inspiring presentation. And we really now learn how to share our Rotary story. And it doesn't only apply to Rotary, no? We can also apply it in our personal life. So if we have our personal Facebook page, our personal Instagram page, so this is our time to be an influencer. You know, we have the hashtag feed goals, guys. So let's all remember what DJ and Mate shared to us. So to move on with our program, we are finally ready for a panel discussion. And to join me as a moderator, let us welcome again our District Governor's Monthly Letter editorial staff, Emmanuel Hernandez. And also please spotlight all our 4 speakers this afternoon, and they will answer all your questions and concerns related to their topic. So type in your questions now in the chat box, and we will relay these questions to our speakers. So there you have it. So hi, District Governor nominee Mate. Good afternoon. Good afternoon also to our District Public Image Chair, Maricel Ngo, our Rotaract Public Image Representative, JN, and our photographer speaker, Philip Amguay. So is he here already? Can you spotlight Philip? Oh, okay. So, okay, Aman, how
Hi.
are you? And our speakers, thank you so much for sharing your time and also your expertise. You know, we really learned a lot. So this is a different kind of public image seminar compared to the previous ones that we are usually having. Like, we talk about branding, we talk about the logos, but this time it's really real life application. So how do we apply all these learnings and how to effectively share this with our target audience, like what DJ and Mate shared, that we should know our audience, we should know how to influence them with our stories.
Hi, JV. Sorry for I had a technical glitch. I think because here in Cebu, there's a little thunderstorm going on right now. So I
Yes.
lost all of you for like 5 seconds. I was a bit scared, but you know, I've got your back, JV.
No, it's okay. Okay, Philip is here.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Philip. So, okay.
Hi.
Anyway, and we will now ask our participants to type in their questions in the chat box. You know, our speakers this afternoon are very, very inspirational. And, you know, when DJ and Mate, you know, shared her tips on how to effectively share the Rotary story, it was very heartwarming. Like, you know, you can really tell that she really speaks from the heart. And she is really very sincere with, you know, sharing with us how to do it effectively. And I'm sure that's how she does it also. So thank you for that one, DJ and Mate. So, okay, to start with our open forum. So anyone here in the chat box have their questions?
Okay, actually, behind the scenes, I've been taking note of the questions that have been being placed in the chat box. So I actually wrote them down and also placed them in my notes over here. So while waiting for others to get ready and prime themselves to ask the question to our dear panelists, we have wonderful sharings from our panelists. So maybe they need time to digest. So in the meantime, the questions are here. So let me ask first. I believe this is from Rosalind Cortel. This is addressed to Philip. What should we remember to avoid in capturing photos? Yeah, there you go.
Actually, there's nothing really, except for the violent photos like nudity, which is not really pleasant to post, especially in social media. So aside from that, it's really more on what you want to capture. So it's not really what to avoid. Maybe avoid is maybe more on the, as I said, watch the background, maybe the clutter in the background. So maybe those things that you don't want to see within the frame of your photos, then that's the things that you should avoid also. So maybe those unethical things, then let's remove it in the elements.
All right, thank you so much, Philip, for sharing what to post. So it's not from what I understand from what you said, it's not that we don't have to overthink ourselves. You just have to use common sense and also some ethics. Or in the case of for us Rotarians and Rotaractors and Interactors, the 4-way test would be the best way to gauge what to post on social media or how we present our photos. JV, maybe you have some questions that you have laid out on your end. I have a lineup here also from our audience.
Yes, we just got another question just recently from RC Tagum North, Irvin Emya. I guess that they want Philip to answer this time. So, any tips on using flash for mobile phones outdoors and also indoors?
Okay, for mobile phones, actually, I don't normally use actually flash. So since it has a different effect since it's like a strobe, so sometimes it's not pleasant to have an effect. So that's why some of us really buy or invest on external lights. So there are some small portable lights that you can use. So or maybe choose an area that is more well lighted. So since for me lang personally, I don't really like the effect of flash or the output of photos taken with the flash. So maybe in case to case basis lang na maybe sometimes the output is good, but most of the time for my personal preference lang it's not. So better pick a well lighted na area to take the photos.
Yes, I agree with that. And I think also usually for Rotarians, we do our service projects during daytime. And yes, and with photography also, diba, light is our friend. So if you want to have beautiful photos, especially when you have the subject, you have to really not go against the light, but really put the person's face, the subject's face, directly well lighted by the natural light that we have. The natural light is always the best filter that we have when we do photography.
Yeah.
And
As they say,
yes.
Yeah, as they say, look for the light when you take photos.
Yes, and diba, when we travel, although we don't want to get sunburned or anything, but when it comes to doing like portrait photos, when you want to have that very beautiful Instagram photo of yourself, you must sacrifice your all the whitening lotions because you have to go under really you have to go under the light to achieve that perfect, the perfect skin tone and just the right angles on your faces. And also it applies also when you take photos of your subject. So when you're doing indoors, maybe I would suggest that do it during daytime, or maybe facing a window, not against the window but facing the window. And I think Rotarians also very rare that I see projects be doing I mean during late afternoon or during nighttime. And also with photography, I remember that when you want to take good photos, you have to chase the light. So
Yes.
I mean, some photographers really caption their photos like chasing the light. So light is really your friend. And okay, so thank you for that technical, knowledge on about lighting and about flash. We have questions for our district public image chair about Canva. So there's another question. Am I allowed to use my design for commercial use?
Yes, for as long as it is an altered media, like what I presented to you, there are templates. There is even one template for logo. So if that is trademarks and logo, that particular template is just a starting point for your unique design. So you have to change the elements and you can have it your own design. But for as long as it is an altered media, like what I presented to you a while ago, then you can use it commercially. And it's nice also if you have a business and you really need to come up with very visually appealing marketing collaterals, then get a premium account for Canva.
Great.
Yeah, thank you for that one, District Public Image Chair. And also we don't want to have any issues with trademark or everything. So it's better that when you design your Canva, you do it with your own, using your own design, using your own creativity.
Yeah. And if you want to know more about licenses, copyright, and using Canva for commercial purposes, there is this help center we can refer to just to be safe.
Yes, okay, I agree. And there's so many things, there's so much possibility when you do Canva. When you start doing it, it will really change your life. Okay, Aman, we have another question here. It isn't directly addressed to one of our speakers, but I think anyone can answer this one, or maybe we can have DJ and Mate to address this one. So like it applies also to Rotarians and to Rotaractors. So how do you address people who are not conscious about their public image? Would or might feel offended, but how do you slowly correct them or reach out to them without making them feel like they're being belittled or anything? Like the way government.
I will answer that. That has been a recurring problem also, not just in our district and in some other districts. And that is where the crucial role of the DPIC comes in. You have to call the attention of Rotarians or Rotaractors or the club themselves that are posting things that should not be. But you can call them personally and ask them if they can take down or change the context of their post. But you can always do that in a way that will not be insulting or that will not be offending to the party. But right now we are really encouraged to follow the branding of Rotary International. And when we see a post that is not following that protocol or the guidelines that they issued out there, it is time for us to really call, because eventually it will become a habit for all of us to study or to follow the guidelines that were set by Rotary International.
Yes, I agree with that one. And just a reminder also for Rotarians and also for Rotary clubs, the Rotary brand was updated since 2013. It has been more than 5 years already since we have updated our brand. So I think we have to really just remind them and make them use also the People of Action photo to make them effectively share their story using the People of Action photo. So I think that's better because the template is already there and then the branding is already correct. So just not encourage them to make some changes with that one. So yeah, I agree with DJ and Mate. So just a reminder, and remind them with a smile. So
And definitely remind them with a smile, and also as DGE Mate said, the purpose, as she was talking about earlier in her talk, that why are we doing this? Basically, it's not just because we want to look pretty in the public, but also we want to dig in and make sure that we are consistent, because I think consistency, especially in this world today, is something that speaks out to people, and we want to make sure that Rotary is presented consistently regardless of club or district, right? I have a question here that's a little I expect some wonderful questions all the time from Cebu Fuentes president Burns Amago. So the question goes, some of our projects may involve children or minors. What is your advice on the best way to take the pictures without showing the faces of the children, without compromising emotions or thematic message? And I think it touches a lot in terms of public image and youth protection. So I think it's open to the floor, especially from different perspectives.
I'd like to answer that coming from the media perspective as a reporter myself, and we have been advised about special laws that cover children. It all boils down to, it depends on your activity. If your activity involves children in conflict or children in compromising situation, then definitely it's a no-no. But if you're doing a feeding program, or you're doing, clean up of a coastal area and children happen to be there.
DJ and Mate, sorry, I think there's something wrong with the audio. We can barely hear you.
Parang naputol, Gov.
Can you hear me now?
Not yet, Gov. It's a little muffled. Wala na po.
Wala ng audio.
Parang naubusan ng baterya.
Okay lang po.
Bakit si Marie? Ayan.
Ayan, okay na po.
Okay na.
Going back dun sa sinabi ko, we have been, sa media, ganyan din ng protocol, no? It always depends on the activity that you're getting into. For example, if it involves sexually abused children or children in conflict with the law, then it's a no-no to get their pictures, even from behind. It's a no-no. But if it involves, for example, community feeding or coastal cleanup, wherein children were brought in by their parents to help you in your coastal cleanup, normally there is an adult present with the children. All you have to do is ask their permission, and you can actually grab pictures and post it. But if your story is not, how do you call it? If your story is not going to be at all good about children, then don't bother taking pictures of children. Yun lang yung pinaka-basic. Ask permission. If it's a community feeding for children, you don't have to ask permission, because that's already an express permission from the parents that brought their children there in that particular activity.
Yes, agree.
Thank you so much, DGE Mate. Maybe there are other perspectives from our panelists before we move to the next question, if that's okay, or okay na ba tayo? Are we good?
Philip will address that one because we're talking
All
about
right.
subject
Yes,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, for me, since I do street photography, which is more on candid daily life or candid scene, so we cannot really avoid that. We can take photos of children, but for me, on my personal experience, as long as sometimes you will ask permission, but since street photography is more on candid, so once you ask permission, you can already maybe direct or alter the candidness of the subject. So sometimes we really don't ask permission ahead. So as long as for me, as long as you don't degrade the children, or it's really an ethical way of taking the photos, or your purpose is really good, so I guess there's no problem with taking photos of children. especially like for example, if I don't really encourage people taking photos of homeless people or even children. So that's a no-no for me. So that's an example. So as long as they're really in a good condition, like happy children, then yeah, it's okay to take photos with their face on.
Yes, thank you, Philip. See, it always boils down to what is your purpose of taking the photo. So what story do you want to convey? So to your audience, of course, to your and also you have to identify who will be looking at these photos. So who is your target market? So it goes back to the presentation of DG and Mate that you have to answer the why, the what, the how, you have to answer those questions to be able to be an effective and honest, the honesty is there, an honest storyteller. Okay, thank you for that one, Philip. And Eman, we have another question here. I think this one is for DJ and Mate. So what is so DJ and Mate, this is from the life-changing president of the Rotary Club of Cebu Fuente, Burns Amago. What is your advice on the best way in captioning or describing pictures which is limited to only to 2 sentences?
Actually, when we caption our pictures, especially for newspaper, it's a 1-sentence caption. And you have to just think how best to describe that picture and do as simple as you can come up with that caption. Especially sa Rotary then, since you are using social media platforms, which is a public page, yun yung palaging nire-remind nila sa atin. Let's do away with the PP, IPDG, or DGN, something like that, no? Because the public does not care the position that you hold in Rotary.
Yes.
Put there the names of the Rotarians, and that's it. So in fact, if you are allowed 2 sentences caption, that's wonderful. But if you can compress it to a 1-sentence caption, that's even better. And make it as simple as possible.
Yes. And when we talk about social media, yes, Philip, okay. Yes, Philip.
Let me add lang for some of us photographers, it's best to caption it a story. What is the story beyond the photo? Because sometimes we only caption it on what we see on the photo, so parang redundant. So it's better to have it more a depth story for the captioning.
Yes, agree. And also your caption should be relatable, like what DJ and Mate and also Philip shared, that it should be relatable to your audience. Yes, DPIC Marisal?
Yeah, I think the people of action verb itself is our guide to be able to convey our message to our target audience. So no need for very lengthy description. Simple lang, you just choose a very impactful photo of people of action, then just use the appropriate action verb, and that's it.
Meron lang i-add, konti lang. I know time is up, but konti lang. I hope you can review all of your social media uploads, no? And I am encouraging you. Yung Facebook kasi, it allows us images na nandun lang siya sa harap. Let's do away with the +5 images, +6 images in one particular post, because it really is, or do a series of posts, no? But make it 4, because you're just giving injustice to the people in the 10th picture that cannot be seen up front. Especially if people just go scroll like that in 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So yun lang. Kasi meron pa akong nakikita na +67 pictures. I mean, kayo lang yun. You will be the only ones interested to open and check all of those plus pictures. No? So yes, as DG Ana said, not more than 4 or 5 photos, maximum. Yun lang.
Yes. I
Yes,
agree.
agreed.
And I also myself, I'm guilty of, when I see long captions or long captions of photos, I just scroll right away. But if you have a caption that is very straight to the point, very straightforward, and it speaks about the beneficiaries, then it gets my interest. And I'm sure a lot of audience, a lot of our audience also, the community would be interested of knowing the story behind the photo. They don't care if you're all Rotarians there, because they won't look at you. They will look at who are the beneficiaries, what's the purpose of your project, you know? So, okay, let's focus on that one. Let's not forget our subject is always the beneficiary. It's not the Rotarian. So I think it's okay that when you do service projects, it's okay that you have to wear your mask if you have to, but you know, capture the beneficiary. The subject will be the beneficiary. It's not you. So for Rotarians, maybe you have the Rotary logo on your club uniform, or maybe the side view of your face, but you know, focus on the beneficiary. So that's my takeaway this afternoon. I've learned from Philip, from DJ and Mate, that you know, you have to be honest. You have to serve your audience and not serve, you know, fellow Rotarians, because we already know what we are in here for. Yeah, so
Agreed.
let's share our message to the community who doesn't know Rotary yet.
Agreed.
Yes, Aman?
The mindset that we are, I've been doing the Facebook posting for my club, and the mindset I always have with a shout out to my public image director, Amy Comaling, who's here also. Our mindset is always, what do non-Rotarians think and how would they perceive us? Because that's the purpose of public image. Public image is public trust, basically. There's a question from Press Chiclet from the Rotary Club of Mandawi East for JN. In taking the People of Action photos, I noticed most are close-up pics of a few people. Would you also recommend a landscape photo where subjects are small, like a whole view of the event? Okay.
With regards to the public People of Action campaign, it's already been like, it's like a drag and drop. It's when you landscape can also be used, or even portrait, but in the system for the People of Action campaign template, it would be automatically been enlarged. So if kanang landscape ang iyang gamiton, maputol ra gyapon siya. So that's why we use close-up pictures, so that pagbutang niya, automatic siya mo enlarge ba ang content manggod ni the content of the system that's been used in the People of Action campaign website, is that it would really automatically be enlarged, the picture that you drop on the system or on the website that you are into in the People of Action campaign. So it really depends on what angle or what kind of it can be portrait or landscape, but it depends on you want the picture to be focused more, or the activity to be focused more, or what the club or the person is doing on it or on the picture.
Thank you so much, JN, for answering the question. I think a lot of people really want to apply the People of Action template on their photos. And just a little behind the scenes thing with JV, she asked me to scan the entire district for People of Action photos so we can feature them today. And then they're like, okay, it's really nice that it's an indicator that we really want to use the template and we really want to get the message out there. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, yeah, Eman, since we already ran out of time, if that's okay. We will ask our guest speakers for this afternoon to give their final advice, you know, before we close the open forum. So let's start with DJ and Mate.
Yeah, I'll make this as my closing, as an answer to the last question. While we have the People of Action campaign, and we have the brand center that we should follow or adhere to, let us not be boxed in by the campaign itself, because there are pictures of landscape or people, many people, that can actually be more motivating to the public, rather than just 2 or 3 people in action doing a certain service. So in everything, always find the purpose. Ano yung purpose mo? Then you decide whether you go for the People of Action campaign or you would just post it as an advocacy campaign that will send your message across as relevant to the public as possible. That's just my advice. And thank you so much again, Gov Anna, and everyone in District 3860 for having me this afternoon.
Thank you, DJ and Mate, for that very wonderful, advice. And we have our District Public Image Chair, Marisal.
It's for me, I encourage all our life-changing presidents, secretaries, public image directors, even district officers to have that passion for learning, to know these different tools that will equip us, improve our branding, and then tell a Rotary story. And I think let us keep on helping one another, the district, to the club level, and find tools and different tools that can empower each club. That's it.
Yes. Okay, Aman?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the DPIC Marisol. No, one more thing to add, of course, that the public image desk is always open. JV and the DPIC Maricel and Dan and a lot of the public image committee is more than happy to assist you year round. just to give appreciation for the public image team.
Thank you.
And we'd also like to hear the final advice from Rotaract Public Image Representative JN.
In line with one of the goals in promoting the public image by none other less than our RI President Shikar Mehta to boost the People of Action campaign this year. So we from the public image team would like to promote also the usage of the People of Action campaign, and we surely use the brand center on that so that we would produce a better outcome of our public image campaign for the People of Action.
Yes, thank you for that, JN. And also from our photographer speaker this afternoon, Philip, do you have any advice? Yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you, everyone, for inviting me as your speaker for the mobile photography. Special thanks to Jeff for the recommendation. All I can say is that always take photos with intent or purpose, and also don't stop taking moments or capturing moments, because those moments might be once in our lifetime. That's all.
Thank you so much, Philip, for sharing. I really love having the refresh also, because being I think JV would agree, Instagram, our life as millennials. And I think not only millennials here, a lot of people here are getting into the groove. And one of my key takeaways actually is Gov Anna actually does some designs on Canva. That's like, wow, that's very inspiring to a lot. I was chatting with some of my clubmates about it while preparing for this. So that's awesome to know, and it's really empowering. And let's do this together, public image, basically, so that we can attract more like-hearted people, right, JV?
Yes, I strongly agree with that one. Public image is all about being a storyteller. That's my takeaway really this afternoon. Be a storyteller. Share the Rotary story. So thank you so much to our guest speakers, and thank you so much, Eman, for being my co-moderator for this afternoon's open forum. Yes.
You're very welcome. Back to you, back to you, JB.
Yeah, so thank you to our guest speakers, District Governor nominee Mate. Thank you for our District Public Image Chair Marisa. Thank you to our District Rotaract Public Image Representative JN, and also to Philip Amguay, who is very popular in our chat box. There's a lot of questions thrown to Philip. So if you have more questions for Philip, you may add him. You may add his Facebook account, that's Philip Amguay, or follow him on his Instagram account, that's Amski89. So that's AMSKI89. Maybe when you browse his photos, you'll be inspired to take more photos. Take as many photos as you can. You have your mobile phones now. Okay. Now thank you so much to our guest speakers. That was a really fun discussion. And thank you so much to Eman for helping me facilitate the questions. And now to present the certificates of appreciation to our guest speakers, let me call on the club president of the host club for this afternoon's event from the Rotary Club of Mandawi East, my club president, Cheryl Marie Sofolache.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor to present our certificates of appreciation to our guest speakers. Can I see the certificate on the screen? Okay, there it is. So it is my honor to present the certificate of appreciation to Philip A. Guay for sharing his time and expertise as resource speaker on the topic mobile photography during the Create, Design, Share Life-Changing Public Image Virtual Seminar of Rotary International District 3860 Philippines, given on the 23rd day of October 2021 via Zoom. Signed, Ana Luisa A. Bumagat, District Governor, District 3860 Rotary Club of Ormoc. Maricel Arngo, District Public Image Chair, District 3860, Rotary Club of Ormoc, and yours truly, Cheryl Marie Sofolache, Club President, Rotary Club of Mandawi East.
Thank you.
I would also like to present the certificate of appreciation to J.N. Biani L. Dagandan for sharing his time and expertise as resource speaker on the topic People of Action campaign during the Create, Design, Share Life-Changing Public Image Virtual Seminar of Rotary International District 3860 Philippines, given on the 23rd day of October 2021 via Zoom. Signed, Ana Luisa A. Bumagat, District Governor, District 3860 Rotary Club of Ormoc. Maricel Arngo, District Public Image Chair, District 3860 Rotary Club of Ormoc. And yours truly, Cheryl Marie Sofolache, Club President, Rotary Club of Mandawi East.
Thank you.
It's also my honor to present the certificate of appreciation to Maricel Arngo for her time and expertise as resource speaker on the topic Canva 101 during the Create, Design, Share Life-Changing Public Image Virtual Seminar of Rotary International District 3860 Philippines, given on the 23rd day of October 2021 via Zoom. Signed, Ana Luisa A. Bumagat, District Governor, District 3860, Rotary Club of Ormoc. Maricel Arngo, District Public Image Chair, District 3860, Rotary Club of Ormoc. And yours truly, Cheryl Marie Sofolache, Club President, Rotary Club of Mandawi East. Thank you. And allow me to present our fourth certificate of appreciation to Maria Esther Espina for sharing her time and expertise as resource speaker on the topic Telling Your Rotary Story in the Age of Social Media during the Create, Design, Share Life-Changing Public Image Virtual Seminar of Rotary International District 3860 Philippines, given on the 23rd day of October 2021 via Zoom. Signed, Ana Luisa A. Bumagat, District Governor, District 3860 Rotary Club of Ormoc. Maricel Arngo, District Public Image Chair, District 3860 Rotary Club of Ormoc. And yours truly, Cheryl Marie Sofolache, Club President, Rotary Club of Mandawi East. Thank you. Back to you, JV. JV, I think you're on mute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was on mute. Okay. Thank you, life-changing club president Chiclet. Now, the most awaited part, the moment we have all been waiting for, a surprise presentation from our Philippine Rotary Magazine District Representative, Arlene Adlawan.
Okay, thank you, JV, our beautiful, jolly, and vibrant MC. Okay, good afternoon, District Governor Ana, past district governors and future district governors in attendance, our guests, fellow Rotarians, good afternoon, maayong hapon, gikan diri sa Tagum City, Davao del Norte. Okay, so JV has been telling us that there's a surprise, but some of you might be waiting for another production number, musical production number, just like what District Governor Ana did few months ago, the Mamma Mia. Okay, we will do that in the coming months, by the way. But this time, this will be our surprise for all of you, our dear fellow Rotarians. This is going to be more fun, and this is going to be the application of what you have learned, what we have learned this afternoon in our webinar on life-changing public image virtual seminar this afternoon. So we will be launching this afternoon the Life-Changing Public Image Awards, a People of Action campaign. So next slide, please. Okay, this afternoon we have learned how to take action photos, right? The image represents genuine and staged moments of Rotarians at work, show a clear visual narrative that represents the headline. And this afternoon, we were also able to learn how People of Action campaign should be done as we do the layout. And we use the People of Action design template from the Rotary Brand Center for our club's service project photos. We also learned how to do captions, to put captions on our photos. We write a brief, concise, and inspiring message about your service project on your People of Action photo, or tell your club's People of Action story. And this afternoon, we were also able to, next slide, please, Tape. We were also able to learn how to post and share People of Action photos on preferred social media platforms using our club's official page and using hashtags. Hashtags on our posts to encourage social media users to explore content such as hashtag Rotary International, hashtag Rotary District 3860, and hashtag People of Action. So after the caption, we encourage you to put these hashtags on your posts. And a little later, our district website administrator, Jeff Tan, will show us on how to submit those action photos to the district website for this public image awards activity. And then later you will also be awarded, okay, because entries will be, I'm sorry, there's something wrong with my, okay. And then later, quarterly, there will be quarterly awards, and the winning entries will have the chance to be recognized nationwide, because this will be submitted to the Regional Public Image Awards 2022. Okay, now the next slide, please. Okay, so this one will be the mechanics for our contest, no? Life-Changing Public Image Awards. Okay, first is that it should be an action photo. The image should represent genuine and staged moments, okay, of Rotarians at work. And the subject's faces and actions should be positive, happy, and engaging, just like the photo here of JV. Okay, as you can see, she's happy doing the patak polio. No? Okay, another one is your photo should tell your club's people of action story by including a photo caption or a write-up. And it should include the basic details to answer the questions. What was the project? When was it held? Where was it held? If it was a virtual event, kindly include the link. And then who were the beneficiaries of the activity? Who were your partners? You may also include the number of attendees who participated. And why did you sponsor such project? And what was your inspiring purpose? Next slide, please. Okay, another one is that the photos should be ideal for creating an effective, memorable image for Rotary as people of action. Use powerful images that capture your viewers' attention, inspire interest, and generate an emotional reaction. And then correct, updated Rotary branding should be strictly observed on club uniforms and other print materials that will be shown on the photos. And then make sure that the chosen action verb matches the story portrayed by the photo. Next slide, please. Okay, the deadline for the submission of entries will be on the first week of the following month after every quarter based on the Rotary's calendar year. And then entries must be posted on any of the club's official social media pages, such as club website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and others. And then complete details should be filled in the official district website form. And this will be explained later by Jeff. Qualified finalists for the quarter will be posted on the district's official Facebook page 2 days before the awarding dates. Okay, next slide, please. Awarding and announcement of the quarter awards will be posted on the district's official Facebook page, and clubs may resubmit their non-winning photos for the next quarter contest. For clubs with entries that will not pass the screening, the district public image team will provide feedback listing suggestions on how the club or clubs can improve their people of action photos. It may be using the correct branding, using more impactful people of action photos, good lighting, and others. Next slide, please. Okay. People of action photos of quarterly winners will be featured in the district governor's monthly letter and will also be submitted to the Philippine Rotary magazine. And quarterly winners will automatically qualify for the annual district public image awards for the Rotary year 2021-2022. And the people of action photos of the quarterly winners will be submitted to the Regional Public Image Awards 2022 as District 3860's entries for that competition. And then for the next slide, we have categories. Now we have 3 winners for each category, and these categories will be from the 7 areas of focus. We have the peace building and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, water, sanitation and hygiene, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, community and economic development, and the environment. And the polio campaign will, of course, fall under disease prevention and treatment. Okay. So every category, we have 3 winners. So the more winners we have, the merrier, and many will be happy. Okay. For the criteria, ito. Okay. First criterion is that it should be an inspirational power. It should have an inspirational power. That photo must provide an inspiration It must resonate a feeling of hope and encouragement. So that's 25%. That photo should be original. So originality, this showcases your inner creativity, and that's 20%. Overall impression and impact, powerful images that capture your viewer's attention, inspire interest, and generate an emotional reaction, and that's 15%. Innovative deliverance, meaning convey how you tell your club's people of action story through photos, and that's another 15%. Relevance of this photo, make sure that the chosen action verb matches the story portrayed by the photo. That's another 50%. And the last but not the least, most liked, most number of hearts in Facebook. That's 10%. Okay, so for a total of 100%. So we will be doing this quarterly. You have to submit it. There's a table here which will indicate the deadline of the submission of entries. Next slide, please. Okay, so our first quarter, July to September. So its deadline will be this coming November 6, and the awarding date of the awarding will be on November 13, in time with the TRF awards night. Okay, so for October and up to December for second quarter, the deadline of submission of the photos will be on January 8, 2022, and the awarding will be in January 15, 2022. For the third quarter, we'll have it on, deadline will be on April 9, and the awarding will be on April 16. And for the last quarter, that will be in July 9, 2022, and July 16. And a submission of entries will be on July 9, and the awarding will be on July 16, 2022. So we have many winners, and we have so much fun to look forward to this activity. And of course, the grand prizes. This one will, I'm sure everybody will be happy with this prizes that we have in store for all of you. First is that we have here a Panasonic Lumix GXI mirrorless camera. Yes, it's used but not abused. And take note, the owner of this camera who donated this prize is no other than
Oh, I think we're experiencing some technical glitch.
Continue na lang, Jay.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are
Yes,
the
okay.
prizes.
Okay, the grand prizes. So far, we have two. So the owner of the camera is none other than yours truly. So this has been my mirrorless camera for so many years, and I decided to donate it to the grand winner for our life-changing public image awards, People of Action campaign of our district. And also the Canva Pro 1-year subscription will also be given to the grand winner. And if you were asking what are the prizes for our quarterly winners, so that is yet to be determined, but rest assured that you will be as excited as we are, with the prizes. So that's, and a lot more with the prizes. And okay, just a quick preview of our district link in our district website would be, where would you submit your entries, your public image, People of Action photos? Where will you submit it? So the best person to demonstrate on where you submitted and how you submitted would be our district website administrator, Jeff Tan. So just a quick demonstration, Jeff.
Thank you, JV. So for the submission of the forms, let me bring up the forms right now. Okay, so everyone, so this is the submission form I have made for all the photos that you'll be submitting later. This will be on the district website also. So I will post this also on the front page, so everybody will just click and be brought up to the submission forms right away. So as you can see here, everything will be just as simple as possible. The club name, you'll see here, Rotarian who is submitting the submission, the form. Email, of course, for verification purposes. Then if it's an polio campaign, because we will be sending this also to other groups. The 7 area of focus that the photo was taken for. People of action verb that is used also. Then, of course, give credit to who, where credit is due, who took the photo. Okay, so the file for the photo will be JPEG or PNG, please. Please do not submit 15, 20 MB photos. I pity the server for that. So I just set the limit to around 3 to 5 MB for the photos, a maximum. You can go lower, but of course, that will pixelate the photo also. Description, keep it simple and short. Then where did you post those action photos, people action photos on Facebook or any multimedia sites that you have? It's not limited to Facebook only. So you have Instagram, sure. Facebook, okay. Twitter, okay. As long as you have at least one where you post it. Then your standard consent form and data privacy. Then you submit it, then the team will receive an email and we will collate all for each deadline that was set for each timeline. Okay, so I think that's about it. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for that very very simple presentation. We have a very simple district layout in our district website for the submission of your entries of your people of action photos. Now, there's supposed to be an AVP to be shown after this one, but we have already shared it during the first part of our program, the people of action photos of our district 3860. Anyway, we'll be sharing all the details that we discussed about the people of action campaign photo in our district website. We will show all the mechanics, the criteria, the categories, and also the prizes. And we will also share with you the link of on where to submit your entries in our district website. If you have not followed yet, if you haven't liked yet our district Facebook website, please do it now. It's Rotary International District 3860 on our Facebook account. And we also have the district Instagram page that's at Rotary District 3860. So please follow our Facebook page and Instagram page. And now that was the Life-Changing Public Image Awards, Public Image People of Action campaign. So exciting, right? There's so much to look forward to right after this seminar. You know, in the public image team, there is never a dull moment. We in the public image team are not so busy. As you can see, I mean, these guys are really putting Rotary in their lives. Okay, me included. Okay, now for the next part of our program, any idea on what would the next part be? Do you want more surprises? Yes, we will have our raffle draw and we will be giving away essential items that are very useful in the present time. And the pinaka-best part of this raffle draw would be the free shipping. Yes, you'll receive it free shipping. So that's covered by our the public image team. So you'll receive them for free. And to facilitate our raffle draw, we have, let me call again, our Assistant Public Image Chair for Mindanao, Maribel Baby Villela. And also to administer the spinning of the wheel, Jeff Tan.
Yes, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. So I guess this is it. It's becoming more exciting. And, you know, we're very grateful to all our speakers. It's been really a very, very great afternoon of learning, right? So we come to the most awaited portion. It's raffle time. Let's
Okay,
take it
spin
away.
the wheel now.
Go. Spin the wheel.
Okay, once your name is called, you should be able to acknowledge within 5 seconds. You have to unmute and then shout, "Present, I'm here," or else we will choose another lucky winner. So sayang naman the essential prizes that you will win. So, you know, turn on your cameras, unmute yourselves if you want to be ready at this time. So this will be a quick raffle draw. Okay, and the
Okay,
winner is
so for the first draw, we'll be giving away 3 pieces of the beautiful pink face mask. Okay, so the first winner, we already have our first winner. It's Kyla Maria Kaheme. Congratulations. We'll be sending to you 1 beautiful pink face mask. Okay. We have 2 more to go on the face mask.
Is Kyla here? Is Kyla present?
Kyla Marie.
Bye.
Not in the Zoom. Wala
Okay,
kita.
so we have to choose another Jeff.
Uh-oh. Okay, so we spin again. Yay, yay, yay. For 1 beautiful pink mask goes to, are you in the room? John Anthony Doble.
Not in the room.
Also, more chances for us, guys. Okay, spin it again. Let's go. Okay, another one. Is she in the room? It's Maricel Romeo Amores. Romeo Amores.
Not in the room also, tita.
Also, wow. Sorry. So who could be the first lucky winner for the beautiful pink face mask?
Grace
Okay,
Gaborno.
we have a winner this time. It's Grace Gaborno. Still not in the room.
In the room, tita.
Okay.
Hi, present.
Grace is here.
Picture cannot be seen.
Hello,
Wow.
Grace.
Congratulations.
Miss you, Bob.
Okay. Okay na, Grace.
Congratulations.
Please chat in the chat box your address, Grace, for the mailing details. Thank you. Next. Oh, Jeffrey Tan, wag na, wave na yan.
Oh, Jeffrey Tan, you'll be wearing a pink face mask.
Lady, wave yan.
Hey, wave. Okay. Ayaw mo ng pink face mask. Okay, so we have another winner. Is he in the room?
Patrick.
In the room.
Yes.
Not in the room.
Also not in the room. Okay, again.
Arnold Pates.
Arnold
In the room.
In the room.
Wow, great. So you'll be receiving a face mask. Kindly chat your address, put your address in the chat box.
Next. Christy.
Okay, we have another winner for the pink face mask, Christy Babante.
Not in the room.
Not in the room also, so see it again.
Wala.
We are down to 108 participants. Okay, how about Angelique Lanogon? Are you still in the room?
I'm in the room.
Okay, so we have another winner that completes it. The 3 pink face masks. Okay, so we move on to our next prize. We have, automatic alcohol dispenser. We need only 1 winner.
Teresa. President Teresa soon.
Not in the room.
Not in the room.
Not in the room also. How about Diane Uy? Diana Uy, are you still in the room? Not in the room anymore. Feel it again. Okay, how about Fritz the Koi Koi? Also not in the room. Feel it again. Could be the lucky one. Okay, we have Norma Pereira. Tagum. Oh, sorry, she's not in the room anymore. Feel it again. Okay, Edelberto Carmen. Not in the room also. For chances for us, guys. How about Rhea Christine Bukayon? And the room, still in the room. Congratulations, Rhea Christine Bukayon. One automatic alcohol dispenser will be sent right to you. Congratulations. Okay, Stanley Tabiando. We are ruffling off this time one infrared thermometer or the thermal gun.
Not in the room.
Not in the room also. How about Jessica Ortega?
In the room.
Is she in the room?
Yes, tita.
Wow, congratulations, Jessica Ortega. You just won yourself one thermal gun.
Thank you, mom. Thank you.
Okay, so our next prize will be a pulse oximeter. One winner for this. Wow! Very lucky, DGRPRM Arlene Adlawan. You're not in the room. Again. How about Diana Lantoco? Not in the room also, sorry. Okay, so are you our lucky winner? Maureen Elliott, not in the room also. 15. Two more prizes to go. Oh, Sylvia Austria. Is she in the room? No longer in the room. In again. Okay, for one pulse oximeter, Maria Veronica Basilio. Also not in the room. In again.
Hello, Charles. Nah.
Okay, how about Rika May Agones? Are you in the room? Rika May Agones? Not in the room also. Also spin the wheel. Okay, how about Paulina Maria Santos? Okay, sorry you're not in the room anymore, so we'll spin again. Okay, Hasmin Silong. Also not in the room. Oh. How about Ali Agner? Are you in the room, Ali Agner? Is she? No, not anymore. Thank you. Oh, Philip Estocada. Oh, congratulations. So you just won for yourself one pulse oximeter. Okay, so for our last prize, we'll be giving away one Avicii air purifier. And is he the lucky one? Orlan Dave Pintad. Okay, not in the room. Okay, how about Ana Marie Mativo? Not in the room anymore. So we spin again on one Avicii air purifier. Charles Ong, are you still in the room? No more. Spin again. More chances for the 105 Rotarians left in the room. Okay, Michael Montelibano, are you in the room? Michael Montelibano, no more. Okay. Who will it be? How about Irvin Enya? Okay, so that ends our raffle.
Present.
The prize goes to the lucky one, Irvin Enya. Congratulations,
Thank you.
you just won yourself one Avicii air purifier. Congratulations to all our winners and thank you to all our donors for those wonderful prizes.
So thank you so much, Assistant Public Image Chair for Mindanao, Baby Villela, for that raffle draw. Congratulations to the winner. And now we are almost done with our life-changing public image seminar. And to give the closing remarks, let me call on again our very beautiful, the face of the District Public Image Team, the Miss Universe of District 3860, none other than District Public Image Chair, Maricel Ngo.
Thank you, JB. Good afternoon, Governor Ana, and past district governors in attendance. Governor Mate, I hope by now you feel empowered because you can do yourself basic mobile photography, choosing the right people of action photo, having it designed in an online graphic design platform like Canva, and you are now very well versed on how to tell your Rotary story. I hope this seminar will be able to help your club increase the public image, understanding Rotary. I would like to thank Governor Ana for the trust and support in this seminar. The District 3860 Public Image Committee, led by our life-changing public image seminar chair, JV Gonzalez, Assistant Public Image Chair of the Visayas, for the hard work she put in. She spent so many sleepless nights just to finish the materials for this event. And yes, I have to tell you that JV is also a Canva whiz. Tupe for consolidating all the presentations and being the tech man. Jeff, thank you for designing the People of Action contest entry form. And also Arlene for championing the People of Action contest. Miss Maribel, thank you for that inspiring welcome remarks. Also Arnold and JN, thank you for your help. Also President Chiclet from RC Mandawi East, thank you for the prizes, for sponsoring the prizes. Eman, thank you for helping us in moderating the open forum, and also DS Kai for accepting your role in this seminar, even for a short notice. My Resi team, thanks for the support. And to all our speakers, Governor Mate, Philip, JN, thank you for sharing your expertise and inspiring us with your talk. So to all our life-changing presidents, secretaries, public image chairs, rotaractors, interactors, let us continue creating a positive public image campaigns that promote community awareness of Rotary's work that are unified with clear and compelling voice. Thank you very much for your participation and have a nice weekend. Back to you, JV.
Thank you, District Public Image Chair Maricel. So we have now reached the end of today's virtual seminar, and on behalf of the District Public Image team, we sincerely thank you for taking some time out of your very busy schedules to join and listen to the speakers. I hope you all had fun and will really take into action what we have learned this afternoon. I will leave you all with this quote: "A brand that captures your mind gains behavior. A brand that captures your heart gains commitment." Fellow Rotarians, together, let us capture the moment. Let's design to inspire, and let's share our Rotary story. And please don't go yet, because we will have our virtual picture taking later. And again, thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with us. This was your host, JV, now signing off. Gov Anna, it's all yours.
Thank you so much to everybody who are here present in this our virtual public image, life-changing public image virtual seminar. What can I say? We have a very wonderful public image team, this Rotary here. Let's give them all a big round of applause. They have been tireless and insisting in coming up with a very wonderful program. My only instruction to them was, let's make public image something fun, something that our Rotarians can learn from, and something that will enhance membership for all of our clubs in the district. So as we said, the public image team are instructed to assist, provide guidance on how to be consistent with our branding guidelines. And for that, let's give them a very big round of applause for a successful conduct of Capture, Design, and Share our life-changing public image virtual seminar. There being no other matter to discuss, I now call this life-changing public image seminar to adjournment. Fellowship and photo taking continues, and since we're already wearing our end polio shirts, let's take a run or a walk to celebrate World Polio Day. Thank you and good afternoon.
Congrats, everyone. So turn on your cameras. We want to see you. We'll be taking our virtual class photo picture. So I think Tupe will take the photo. So we have
ready?
3 pages.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Page 2, last page. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Fellowship continues.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations to the winners.
Everyone. Thanks, everyone. Congrats, public image team.
Thank you. Hello, Tom. Tom, hello. How are you? Bye. Hi, Serena, my friend. Let's pray, Lindon. Let's run na for polio. Yeah, ready to run tomorrow. When you start today until tomorrow. Start running today. Hi, Sam! Matubig lang ka sa'yo.
Bukas kami, Gob. 4:30 a.m.
Ang sa orasa mo?
Alas 4:30 sa buntag, git.
Java. Wow. Asaman mo managan?
Dito na sa may brigada ng compound.
Okay, have fun tomorrow. Take care.
Sundin ko yung tinoron ni Miss Gibby Gonzalez at saka ni Jeffrey Tan.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. See you
Siguro
soon.
ako,
See you soon, Sam.
Kaya ganun, Gob.
Soon.
Yeah, next week. Ay, after next week pala. Ingat po, Gob.
Ingat ha.
Bye-bye. Thank you all. Miss Gibby.